In debt? In too deep? Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union says, stop treading water and get out of the deep end. If you've got debt, make a splash and come get some cash. If Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union can refinance your car, boat, camper, motorcycle, credit cards, personal or home loan, they'll pay you up to $500. So come take the plunge right now. Refinance your loans. Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union will pay you. 5 convenient locations. Visit atfcu.com. Equal housing lender.
When I made the move to my own studio, I was worried about this. I was worried about that. I was worried about, hey, did I get this piece of equipment? Did I get that piece of equipment? Does that sound good? Does that not sound good? One thing I didn't have to worry about, that was office furniture, because Office Furniture Outfitters met my furniture needs. With a 50,000 square foot facility, they have East Tennessee's largest selection and are the best value for new and used office furniture. Located in Knoxville, it's easy to find everything you need for your new space, including desks, file cabinets, chairs, conference tables, and more. Office Furniture Outfitters is turnkey. They came to my place, we mapped everything out that was needed, they delivered, and get this, set everything up. To learn more about what Office Furniture Outfitters can do for you, log on to ofonox.com. That's ofonox.com.
Deep down the middle's got his man, and he's gone. Jason Swain, touchdown.
It's time for the Swain event.
Guess what time it is? My time. You can check your iPhone. Better say it's our time.
With your host, Jason Swain.
My man.
Real sports talk for the real sports fan.
All you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him.
It's time for the Swain event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue.
Give me 2 pounds and a Ric Flair.
Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. It is Friday, the best day of the week. And we are one day until college football. I think it's one day, or maybe we skip Friday altogether, according to University of Florida Twitter account. But tomorrow we get college football, and we are 8 days away from Tennessee football. Ben McKee, Jason Swain. 850 AM, 100.9 FM, WKVL Sports Radio. Download the free Swain Event app, Android, Apple devices. Check us out on Swain Event TV, Periscope, Facebook Live, and YouTube. The Be Dry Waterproofing Hotline is already packed this morning. And we'll start the show by getting to our good friend Andy. And then, as always, on Friday, we talk to our good friend Seth Stokes from South Carolina. So, Andy, good morning.
Good morning. How y'all doing?
What is going on, Andy? It is Friday.
Thank God it's Friday.
That's right, man.
But unfortunately, I got to work tomorrow, but that's all right.
That's all right.
But
you got a job.
That's right. Man, last night, Marietta, I was at work and I was watching it while running the machine. I'm like, holy moly.
Saw Eric Gilbert's
Gilbert's nasty.
Yeah, he's a cheat code. He's a high school cheat code. I saw where Jacquez Green, former Florida wide receiver, great SEC wide receiver, tweeted out that Eric Gilbert reminds him of Orson Charles, who played at Georgia, big body tight end, but that was Charles in high school, just bigger than everyone, and just was a freak. That's what reminded Gilbert for Jacquez Green.
Yeah, supposedly he played running back last night. And I'm like, well, that ain't nothing to surprise. I mean, a kid probably could play a lot of other positions. It's hard telling. Supposedly Tennessee may be recruiting him as a wide receiver anyway. So, I mean, that ain't no surprise.
Yeah, it's not fair. It's cheat code. Eric Gilbert is special.
Yeah, Greenville they didn't get demolished last night, but Powell put it on them last night. I was surprised because Greenville had a 30-winning streak.
Powell got talent.
But, I got to give it to Powell, though. Yeah. I mean, but that's also a bigger school, too.
Mm-hmm.
So, but man, it's hard to believe next Saturday will be football time. I mean, man, tickets is already come in the mail. I'm sitting here staring. I'm like, I can't believe it. Like, it's just been so long. But here in Niedermeyer yesterday, what I like about Niedermeyer is he's not, how can I say this? He's not flashy. He's very just down to earth. You know, he doesn't put it all on himself. He said numerous times that it's everybody, all the coordinators. He don't feel like it's just himself. Now, granted, he does put a lot of time in going to other states and stuff, but he still feels like it's not just him that makes himself successful. And that just shows what type of person he is.
The first thing I like about Niedermeyer is his name. Awesome last name, Niedermeyer. You can't beat that. Number two, he's humble. He's laid back. He's chill, and he doesn't take himself too seriously. He can joke on himself. It's not about him. It's about the results. So he doesn't care about the flash. It's all about getting the job done. And you hear him talk to recruits, man. It's like he's talking to his buddies. He's talking to his buddies, and that's why the recruits they love him. They love him so much because he's so relatable. He works his tail off to be able to be in this position, to earn Pruitt's trust to be a position coach. Speaks to Niedermeyer's work ethic, and so thanks for the phone call, Andy. Really appreciate you. Hope you have a great weekend. But the coaches talked to the media yesterday, and it was great, man. It was like the brand was being shared with the world. We was on point yesterday. Our coaches was putting Tennessee brand on the map yesterday, letting it be known. I love it. Seth Stokes, good morning.
Good morning, fellas. How are we doing today?
We are wonderful, man. How are you?
Man, I am great. Ready to attack my Thursday.
Huh?
It's Friday, but it's my Thursday.
It's your Thursday, so you got 2 more days
My
of work.
Thursday. Yeah.
Are you throwing your U sign up? Are you ready for some Miami Hurricane football? Are you got your turnover chain? Are you ready, man, to cheer on the Canes tomorrow?
My body is ready. I need football. And I have been repping the Canes all week long. I'm ready to see them do work against the Gators. Get this done.
I'm ready to.
I need to see a lot of the turnover chain.
I can't wait to see it as well, man. Tennessee got a little addition to the roster yesterday. They just snuck on out there a player looking all swole. Like, you don't think we're gonna see and notice a new player walking out there with his guns out? This is the Knoxville media. I mean, they know they can pick up on anything.
Right.
Ben, what was your reaction when you saw a new player out there yesterday?
Yesterday or the day before, because he was out there on Wednesday, but because he was wearing number 20, I just thought he was
a walk-on.
Yeah,
a normal walk-on.
I thought he was a normal walk-on. I did think, wow, that walk-on's big. For the most walk-ons are skinny as a rail, but
it's a different walk-on. Man.
That's a different walk-on. I wonder who he is. I wonder what his story is. I bet he's a preferred walk-on. And then yesterday, to be quite honest, I didn't even see him. We had only a period to watch in the first place, so we were going to get 7 minutes, I believe it was. But then there was a mistake, and the practice schedule was looked at wrong, so we only got to see 1 minute and 27 seconds by the time they took us out there. Mm-hmm. And the first thing I noticed was Jeremy Banks working with the inside linebackers, and I stayed put right there. So I didn't even go see the quarterbacks, to be honest with you, because we had 1 minute and 27 seconds.
So Jeremy Banks with the inside linebackers, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. It's interesting. It's very interesting, Ben.
It is very interesting. I love it.
Oh, I do too. I don't care where Banks plays. He's a football player, so he's gonna give it his all, and he's gonna be coachable. He wants to get on the field and help the team. I'm glad that he's there, and for a couple weeks now, I've said Eric Gray's coming. You better go if you Jeremy Banks. You better go take advantage of as many opportunities as you have. He's been battling. I won't say injury, but getting nicked up in fall camp, and if you ain't out there, you're just giving up for a freshman to get more reps and more opportunities to impress the coaches, and that's what Eric Gray has done. So, no surprise for me that Eric Gray is still at running back and Jeremy Banks is at linebacker, Stokes.
Yeah, that's not a surprise at all. I mean, like I said, you said a couple weeks ago, this happened at one point last year where, Banks couldn't keep the ball off the ground, so they moved him, and then they moved him back. Now they moved him back. Back with the linebackers. Look, the kid likes to hit. He's an aggressive player. That usually bodes well if you're on defense. If this is not a move that the coaches are doing lightly, I'm sure. They're not just switching people to switch people. You can put an athletic guy at the middle linebacker spot that's going to nose the ball, that likes contact. Let him go hit somebody. As long as he can get the defense lined up the right way, because a lot of times your middle linebacker is kind of responsible for lining up the front seven. As long as he's good with that, let's go.
Are you both in the same boat as I am in that Jeremy Banks is at inside linebacker now because of how quickly Eric Gray has come along?
I think it's that, and because you can use some more depth at linebacker. I don't think it's just one reason, but I think the move serves dual purposes.
How quickly do you all think that he will factor in at inside linebacker?
It should be the moment he stepped over there. He worked at it during the spring a little bit, I think, and last year in fall camp. So, he's been in the system. He's been in the program for this second year. So, he should be able to go in there and not miss a beat. Honestly, he's not like a normal freshman. He's not Henry To'o, even though he's not a normal freshman either. But he's not like a freshman coming in and learning the defense for the first time. He's already worked there. So, I think he'll work in and be one of the linebackers that Pruitt to call on to go out there and to make some plays when his number is called. So I think again the move serves dual purposes.
Yep. I'm excited to see him out there busting some heads.
Stokes, did you see Florida's Twitter account tweet out last night that it was game day on a Friday, even though they play tomorrow? And it was the University of Florida's Twitter account, not the Florida football Twitter account. But did you see that tweet last night by chance?
I did not, but nothing you told me surprises me right there. No one ever thinks University of Florida when speaking of bastions of academia.
They botched the scheduled tweet. The tweet was sent out at midnight, and instead of sending it out on Saturday morning or Friday night at 12 midnight, they sent it out midnight that day early. So it said that today is the game day for Florida.
And I asked you if you saw that, Seth, because TCC, a.k.a. Travis Cabbage, put on the text box that you must be on the Florida Twitter calendar since today is your Thursday and you work tomorrow since you've got 2 days left.
Yes.
So you are working on the Florida Twitter calendar.
Damn, Ben, you just gave up TCC's identity.
It's all right. All those Photoshop she does for us.
I've never gave up TCC's identity on here.
You have? I thought you have.
You are outed. You are outed, TCC. Now you got to come up with a new name.
Yeah, he does. My bad, TCC.
Yeah, that was not okay.
he got to come up with a new alias. Yeah, right on Front Street, man. Right on Front Street. He just like Ezel. I ain't gonna tell nobody. Oh, I ain't gonna tell nobody else.
Go 2 houses down. Hey, everybody.
Smokey back here taking a dump. I ain't gonna tell nobody. I ain't gonna tell nobody else. Can't keep a secret.
Ezel.
I thought you had mentioned it before. My bad. Rookie mistake. Ezel McKee added to the list of nicknames.
You can't use rookie anymore, man. You've been pushing buttons on this show for about 3 years, man.
Hey,
Is it
there's
intern?
pushing buttons. Key phrase: pushing buttons.
But you've been talking for a year on this show.
More than a year. So
yeah, so
plenty of experience, unfortunately.
Yeah,
that excuse does not fly for me. That was an Antonio Brown-esque excuse.
It was, man. It was. All right, we got to take our first break of the day here on the show. Lots to get to. Transfer quarterback from Maryland. I like those ties from the D.C. area. I like those ties, man. I need to holler at my boy Rico McCoy. Rico McCoy loves Tennessee. He's proudful of his area there in D.C., and I think we might have a little bit of a pipeline. Is there more to come? Is there more to come? So we will discuss that. Coaches did speak to the media. Brian Niedermeyer was not the only coach that put on for the brand yesterday. Other coaches did as well. Ben McKee, Seth Stokes via the B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline, Swain Event. Be right back.
Just because you can't listen to the Swain Event live, you can catch up on the podcast posted daily on the app, online, and on iTunes.
Hey y'all, check it out. Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue has a brand new happy hour special right now that you don't want to miss. Get $2 off of their fantastic barbecue queso appetizer from 2 to 4 p.m. That's queso loaded with your choice of pork, chicken, or brisket and served with Frito scoops. And for the rest of the month, check out their new Pig and Peaches salad for $11. This thing is loaded with salad mix, grape tomatoes, fire-roasted peaches, pickled red onions, pork belly burnt-ends, goat cheese, and topped with a delicious balsamic vinaigrette. Dead End Barbecue. The barbecue search is over.
You're driving home, flashing blue lights in your rearview mirror. You pull over, step out of your car, and the next thing you know, you're being arrested for driving under the influence. Now what do? We all should be responsible. But remember, just because you're arrested doesn't mean you're guilty. Call criminal defense and DUI attorney Marcos Garza at 865-540-8300. The investigative teams at the Garza Law Firm know the justice system inside and out. They utilize cutting-edge technologies and investigative methods to prepare your specific case. Before you plead guilty to any criminal charges, call criminal defense and DUI attorney Marcos Garza. Put his number in your phone right now, 865-540-8300, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. Don't say guilty. Say Garza. 865-540-8300. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
While the other guys are taking guesses, the Swain Event is taking you behind the scenes and in the huddle every morning from 7 till 10 right here.
The year's going by so fast. The good news is it's football season. The bad news is, well, there's a bunch of stuff you still need to do this year, like get a health checkup. I recommend Low T Center. You can get all of your levels checked with a $99 complete health assessment. Low T Center exclusively treats men, and they make it quick and easy. Plus, it's covered by most health insurance. Call 865-392-1388, or you can schedule your appointment online at lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
As summer selling season heats up, here are 3 home features buyers are loving. Borrow a few or all of these to potentially up the appeal and value of your home. Number 1, get back to basics. Never underestimate the power of a nice walkway, quality mulch, some flowering shrubs, and a couple of nice planters. Number 2, embrace a new neutral. While beige and white are classic, new neutrals are trending. Opt for soft grays, or you can even try a neutral blue. Number 3, open space is all the rage. Homebuyers are still on the hunt for open concept floor plans. Even if your rooms are enclosed, mirrors and ample natural light can help open up your space. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, you need a professional that will be by your side every step of the way. Call me, Jennifer Morris with Keller Williams Realty at 865-694-5904 or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com.
You're listening to the Swain Event.
And you know this, man.
SwainEvent, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. High school sports kicked off last night all over the South. Marietta High School was definitely on everyone's mind yesterday because they played, in Tennessee quarterback commit Harrison Bailey connected with Tennessee target Eric Gilbert, also B.J. Ojolari out there balling. I guess you can put me on for this one. So, I was scheduled to talk to B.J. Ojolari yesterday during the break, during class, and he was actually talking to one of his teachers. And so I said, "Listen, man, school is way more important. Let's just talk this evening." So I hit him up about 8 o'clock, like, "Yo, what's up? You ready?" I get on Twitter. Like, wait a minute. Is that Marietta warming up? Seth, it's kind of hard to interview when you're out there playing, right?
It makes it a little difficult. I mean, technology's come a long way, but I don't know if in-game, during the play interviews have happened yet.
I'm like,
you'd be breaking new ground.
I'm like, whoa, this dude is actually playing. There's no way we're gonna do an interview right now. So we'll get with him, man, and get that conversation posted. But yeah, school was way more important than anything else. So we kind of pushed it back to yesterday evening. I didn't know they had the game yesterday, to be honest. I'm not in high school football mode at all. Locally, there were some high school football games, but glad to see everyone having some fun, man. High school football is the best. You cannot ever forget those times.
I've got a quick question for you on Eric Gilbert. He is listed as a tight end on the recruiting services, but Tennessee is recruiting him as a wide receiver, as are many schools. I know it's only a couple of Twitter highlights, kind of hard to determine on social media, but from what you have seen of him, I mean, do you think he is a wide receiver, or do you think he's better suited for tight end?
I think he can play what he wants to play, man.
Just that freak of an athlete.
Yeah, I mean, you watch him, and just in the highlight film yesterday, and you watch some of his film. He has the feet that he can play. He can play wide receiver. I mean, he can do what he wants to do. To be honest,
yeah,
he is that talented. If he wants to play tight end, certainly he can be a Vernon Davis type. But if he plays wide receiver, I think he can do that too. Tennessee's recruiting him at what he wants to play or whatever he wants to do. I think that's a smart move by Tennessee. Very smart move.
The boy's 6'5", 253, out there running.
Grown man.
He is. That's the big difference. Whenever you see Tennessee get a commit from a kid, even some of the smaller frame players, you're looking at them going, they all just look grown. These kids are in high school, and in their faces, they all look like they've got bills, that life has been a little hard on them because they're working 50 hours, 60 hours a week. They all just look like they've been through it.
It looks
like they're old, like us, Swain.
Like KUB stresses them out the way it stresses us out.
Speak for yourself, Stokes. You old. I'm young.
Man, please.
You speak for yourself. I'm feeling young, man. I will. You know what?
Don't even play.
You know what? Only old folks get up at 4:45 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I was up without my alarm. I got up like, yo, let's get it.
See, I have not hit that stage.
Yeah, man. I'm like getting up without an alarm. Yeah, I'm getting old. You're right, Stokes.
Yeah.
Yep. You're right. Every time I see a gray hair, bloop. This was not staying here. You can pluck this right on out of here. No sir.
I haven't hit the gray hairs on the top of my head, but they're in the beard.
Yep. It's that time. It's that time. I'm proud of it though. Very, very proud of it. But yeah, man, Eric Gilbert, he's special. He's special. Very, very special. Remember, so like that highlight we saw yesterday, that young man who got beat, he was beat at birth. He had no shot. No shot. I don't think he knew where he was.
He was part of the itty-bitty cornerback committee. That kid was small.
Yeah, he was small compared to Eric Gilbert, who's 6'5".
He looked my size.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm average.
You're not a little person. I mean, but when you stand up against someone who's 6'5", 255, you look like Muggsy Bowles.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
I mean, you look short, and so I'm watching the highlight. I'm like, man, this kid has no shot. He's turning all around. I mean, he looked like a ballerina out there. But Eric Gilbert didn't physically punish him. He just made a move on him and caught it with one hand in the corner of the end zone. Stokes, you remember when you were here in Knoxville and we were sitting watching Derek Barnett's film when he was in high school, and Derek Barnett was playing tight end, and there was some poor young man who was playing safety who was probably 150 pounds. And he was trying to tackle Derek Barnett. And it was a sad sight. Like Derek Barnett didn't just like run him over. It was like Little Giant style where like he literally like ran him over and then stepped on him as he was approaching the end zone. It was that bad. Like it was bad.
That kid needed to make a life decision, and he made the wrong life decision.
Yeah, go back and watch Derek Barnett's highlight film of him playing tight end. Oh, it's brutal. It's brutal. I can only imagine the young men that Quavar's couch was out there trucking last year when he was playing running back. Like I couldn't be that kid's parents. I couldn't.
Nope.
I couldn't watch that beat down like that. I just made this human being, and I'm watching him getting demolished on the football field. Come on, we going home. Come on, we going home to study right now. Football is a wrap for you. We're going to take the school thing way more serious. You're getting a scholarship academics.
We'll sign you up for the other football.
You playing soccer?
Soccer, baseball, or basketball? Which one?
I can't let my kid get ran over by Derek Barnett. That's child abuse. You sitting there watching that?
The coach should be suspended for allowing that to happen.
It ain't fair. It ain't fair at all. Ain't fair at all, man. But yeah, watch Derek Barnett's highlight film if you're listening and you have time, you're bored, whatever. It's Friday. You ain't doing nothing to work anyways. Go watch Derek Barnett. It's good stuff. Niedermeyer yesterday. He's so humble, man. He's so humble. He gets it, dude. He's smooth. He gets it.
Well, to your point, he was asked, what would you tell yourself this time last year? What would today's Brian Niedermeyer tell last August Brian Niedermeyer, the guy who was really taking over his first coaching job at this level? And all he said was, just work. And in my head, I was thinking, that's interesting because it looks to me like you were working your tail off, my friend.
They all are.
Mm-hmm.
They all are, but he's going overtime.
It just pointed to your point out. He's just so humble.
Yeah, man. He working. That's why. And if Vol Nation has recognized the work that he's put in, that's why so many people were stumping for him to get a raise.
Still are stumping for him to get another raise.
He needs some more. Give me some more.
I got $5.
Give him some more. Yeah, I think he's going to earn another raise because yesterday he was asked about recruiting nationally and on the West Coast. Ooh, this was a head coaching move right here from Niedermeyer. This is what he said. Tennessee is such a national brand that you are recruiting in the Northeast, you are recruiting in South Florida, you are recruiting over in California, Seattle, Washington, or any place you talk about recruiting like Las Vegas, Nevada. Ooh, any of those places are going to be huge for us. It's a national brand. Tennessee has always had that power, and hopefully we'll get back to where they were in the 90s and early 2000s. Oh, you thought he just dropped Seattle, Washington just to drop it? You thought he just dropped Las Vegas, Nevada just because he likes to go and play Russian not Russian roulette. That's dangerous. That's
very dangerous.
That'd be a problem. But just regular roulette or playing some spades or playing some cards, or you think he just want to go to Las Vegas just to play some slot machines? No, man, there's a baller there.
List those cities again. And
Darnell Washington.
And I'll list those cities again, and I'll tell you which recruits he is referring to.
Recruiting over in California.
Which is Seville Smalls.
Seattle, Washington, Seville Smalls. How about Las Vegas, Nevada?
Darnell Washington.
He did not, on this thing that I have, did not mention recruiting in the D.C. area, but he did say Northeast.
Which was in reference to Raheem Jarrett.
Yes. So this was a head coaching move right there. Yeah, it's probably not a good thing to play Russian roulette, though, Stokes, huh?
No, I wouldn't advise Niedermeyer do that.
No, that's probably a bad thing.
Yeah.
Even though there were some times in 2017 watching Tennessee play that might have been a good idea, but
I contemplated it during the Florida game.
And you hop on Twitter and you see the way some folks act on Twitter, and you kind of wish that maybe they would too.
Yeah, don't play Russian roulette. That's probably not a good game to play in any city, let alone Las Vegas.
You want to play craps?
Play craps. Yeah. That's probably a better game to play right there. You might win some money.
Regular roulette, that'd be great.
Which is one of my favorite games there in the casinos. Roulette, I love roulette. It's fun. It's easy. Not much thinking, not much math there like you have to do with the old blackjack. But I like old roulette. I'll pass on the Russian roulette though. I'm good with that. I got things to do today. Swain event fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. Will Friend, all eyes on Will Friend. Many people jump to conclusions. Man, they jumped to conclusions when they saw Jim Chaney working with the offensive line. My goodness, did they jump to conclusions. Well, Will Friend talked about the advantages of having Jim Chaney with the offensive line. We'll touch on that after the break. Seth Stokes, Ben McKee, Jason Swain. Swain Event. Stay with us.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook.
We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost that it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today.
When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling because you'll know that you're in love.
Tap water often contains harmful chemicals and additives. When you call for your free water test from Hiller, we'll show you exactly what's in your water and how to remove it. Enjoy cleaner, healthier water in your home. Visit happyhiller.com to schedule your free in-home appointment today.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
Craving flavors that don't take hours in the kitchen? Mrs. Grissom's cheese spreads and chicken salads are the perfect go-to. Ready-to-eat meals and snacks found in the meat or dairy section at your local grocery store. Whether you crave the classic Mrs. Grissom's pimento cheese or the gluten-free select varieties like the cranberry pecan chicken salad, enjoy small-town flavor in every bite. Select the best. Select Mrs. Grissom's.
We're here with Dr. Michael Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine to discuss stem cell treatment and PRP. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, Achilles tendonitis, or tennis elbow, you should give them a call.
That's right, Jason. We specialize in regenerative non-surgical orthopedics. So we treat damaged tendons, ligaments, and joints by using ultrasound-guided injections with stem cells or PRP. And this form of treatment actually stimulates the body's own reparative process and allows for healing of the damaged tissue.
So, Doc, what makes your training different than others?
Well, Jason, I've been practicing in Knoxville for 26 years, and I'm certified in interventional regenerative orthopedic medicine through the American Academy of Orthopedic Medicine. So unlike the big seminars that will advertise stem cells, fly someone in for a couple hours to talk about supposed stem cells that you order off of a shelf, then they'll depart, leaving the patient wondering who will be the person injecting me and what their level of training is. At Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, I'm the one doing the procedure, and we're using your own bone marrow stem cells or PRP. So in other words, it comes from you and it goes back to you. So you know exactly what you're getting and know exactly the level of training involved.
Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, trsportsmedicine.com. East Tennessee's leader in PRP and stem cell therapy.
You're listening to the Swain Event.
And you know this, man.
When you have offense coordinator like Jim Chaney, you shouldn't feel threatened as a position coach when he comes over and he's working alongside of you, not taking over for you, but working alongside of you, especially when you are responsible for a large group of players. Now, working camps and combines, there were times that I would have 35 or 40 wide receivers and just me as a coach. And I'm responsible for evaluating. I'm responsible for making sure the drill is clean. And the first time doing that, man, my head was spinning. But then I got down a system, and whenever there was someone that came and helped with the drill, it always made it better. Made it better for the players, made it better for me to run a clean drill. Well, Will Friend is one guy. He is trying to find the best 5, and there's a good 8 to 10 guys, according to Jeremy Pruitt, who's going to play. So, of course, you want an extra set of eyes, and that eyes so happens to be one of the best offense coordinators in college football. Just because he's working with the offensive line with Will Friend doesn't mean that he's taking over for Will Friend and Will Friend's in trouble. That just means that he's going to help, and that's kind of what Will Friend was talking about yesterday when talking with the media. That's what it's about. Ben, what you got there?
To your point, he compared it to having kids. He said that he has 3 kids. With 1, it was easy. With 2, it wasn't so bad. And when it became 3, it became a bit harder, and you need a bit more help sometimes. We 2-spot so many different things, so a lot of times you got my GAs on one field and I'm on the other field. When you can half up the group, you can really center around what you are trying to improve on. He's provided an extra pair of eyes, referring to Jim Chaney. When you have 5 guys going in a drill, it's harder to see everyone. When you split it up, you can each take 2 or 3 guys. And his point about when you have 5 guys going in a drill, it's harder to see everyone, that rings true, all the time. Because even myself, granted, he's an offensive line coach. I am not. I'm little old Ben. But I look at the left side of the line first, write down who's working on the left side of the line, and then I go look at the right side of the line. I can't look at all 5 guys at once. It's kind of hard to do. So, to your point, and going along with what you were saying, he simply said that it's an extra pair of eyes, and that's why Jim Chaney is over there.
Yeah, it's like when you guys cover practice. Stokes, you used to cover practice, and, you were sometimes the only guy that covered for a certain entity. And Ben, you cover practice. You're the only guy who covers for RTI, and you see other people there, and they are one of 3 or 4 who are there under the same entity. And so it makes it easy for that entity to come together, compile their practice reports, and come out with a really good report, where it's harder on a guy like you, Ben, or Stokes when you were covering practice, because now you have to watch both fields, both units, and you're trying to cover practice for, your entity, but you're that one person. It makes it tough for Stokes.
Yeah, it does. The more eyes, the better, and the more voices, the better. As long as the voices are on the same page, speaking the same language. But this is great for Tennessee's offensive line. If I'm not mistaken, Chaney has a ton of experience working with the offensive lines in the past. We all know Friend's pedigree as an offensive line coach. And, when 2 coaches can work with the position, you can, by breaking it up and having a couple of guys with one guy, a couple of guys with another guy, you can really start to fine-tune some details in your technique. You're not having to paint with a broad brush, so to speak, when you're out on the practice field running through drills. You can really start to hone in on the idiosyncrasies that make, a good offensive lineman, a great offensive lineman, so to speak, and things of that nature. Maybe Chaney sees something that Friend is missing, or, he can take a player and maybe break it break a certain technique down in a different way that, Friend's has been trying to get across to the player, and the player's just not quite picking up on. Maybe Chaney can break it down in such a way that player understands it. Maybe can communicate just a little bit better. This is great for Tennessee to have a versatile coordinator like Chaney on staff that can work alongside a couple of different position groups, honestly, and train them successfully on the practice field. And as boo-boo as this offensive line was last year, they could use the extra eyes and the extra help.
I think it's also been cool. On Wednesday, Wanye Morris did not do something correct in one of his reps, and Will Friend sent Chance Hall over to work with Wanye for a moment to correct Wanye. And Will Friend is taking advantage of all of his resources. And to the fans that don't like Will Friend, they'll chalk it up as, oh, Will Friend's not good at his job. They need so many eyes along the offensive line. But I think it's a good thing that he is taking advantage of Jim Chaney. He's taking advantage of Tanner Antonucci being out there, Chance Hall being out there, all of the offensive linemen that have had to medically retire, unfortunately. He's taking advantage of those guys being out there and helping. And you say what you will about Chance Hall, but he's been through the fire. He has absolutely been through the fire, and he is more than capable of helping Wanye Morris on a rep. He's experienced. He should know the technique, obviously, and so I thought that was pretty cool too.
It's ignorant to not like Will Friend right now.
Yes.
I mean, you don't have enough evidence, data. You don't have enough to really lean one way or the other. The offensive coordinator – it wasn't a fit. There was a lot of miscommunication, not on the same page. So to just look at a unit that struggled and just totally blame the position coach, I think is really short-sighted. I think it's ignorant. I think you really have to open your mind, look at the facts before coming to a judgment. Not liking Will Friend right now it's just silly. Now, this year will prove a lot because you know how good Jim Chaney is. But to say you don't like someone right now is just crazy. But this dynamic between Will Friend and Chaney in practice reminds me a lot of when Mike DeBoer had Nick Sheridan. And Josh Dobbs was pretty dang good here. And Josh Dobbs felt really comfortable with Nick Sheridan. But folks only looked at the title. The title don't matter. This is the same dynamic as it was then. You had one guy working with offensive line along with maybe Don Mahoney, and then you had someone that you trust, even though his title wasn't quarterback coach, but you had him working with the quarterbacks. It's all about getting the job done. If it takes one person, great. If it takes two or three, great. Will Friend is very fortunate because he has some players that can also help that they're not able to play anymore. But they've been in the fire, like you mentioned, Ben. They can help. I'll give you a quick story right quick. When I was like a freshman in college, right? I didn't want to get big as a wide receiver. So I remember when me and Meacham used to like try to hide in the weight room and not do all the reps because we was afraid of like getting too big. And
you didn't want to be DK Metcalf?
No, we didn't want to be. Yeah, we was like, nah, man, we can't be getting big out here. So, we wasn't really big fans of the weight room like that as freshmen. Well, when you have a group of 50, 60 guys and there's only one strength coach, you can cheat reps.
Yes.
You can short your set a little bit. Oh, you're supposed to do 10? I'm going to do 6.5. You can do that when there's only one strength coach. You can't do that when there's a head strength coach and then you got 12 assistants in there. You can't do that at all.
Nope.
When there's a strength coach at every single station and he's looking at every single rep, extra eyes are good. And that's the dynamic with Will Friend and Jim Chaney, and that's normal. And so when I see folks jumping to conclusions, I'm like, silly rabbits, trick stuff for kids. Like, what y'all just don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Well, everybody has to have a hot opinion. There can't be any, I like this, let's see how it plays out, takes out there. Everybody it either has to be the greatest thing in the world or the worst thing ever, fire everybody. Like, some people are just not going to be happy. And anybody who's blaming Will Friend for the offensive line woes last year they do not understand football.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying Will Friend is going to be super successful here. We don't know. We'll find out. Sometimes it's just not a good fit. We saw that. Was it who was the O-line coach before Pittman got to Tennessee? They ended up going to Notre Dame.
Oh, that was Harry Heaston.
Heasted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Heasted. He's a great offensive line coach. Had been successful everywhere he had been. When he left Tennessee, he went to Notre Dame. Had success at Notre Dame. The dude was good. He just didn't vibe with the O-line room at Tennessee, and it showed. And then brought in Pittman. Pittman vibed. O-line improved a lot. Sometimes it's about fit. Doesn't mean the coach is a bad coach. Doesn't mean the coach is a good coach. We'll see on Will Friend. But you're right. Anybody saying that Friend is not a good coach or that he's not going to work out here or anything of that nature, they just don't understand football. But, for more than a surface level type thing. They understand offense scores points, defense is supposed to stop them, and then follow the ball. That's pretty much their understanding.
Yeah, it's just early. Again, we're not sitting here saying that Will Friend is bad or great.
Mm-hmm.
What we're saying is it's too early to say one or the other right now because of what happened last year offensively. Now I think you'll know a little bit more with Jim Chaney in the fold. There's more talent, but there is some youth there in the offensive line. So let's wait and see. I think, and this is from folks I've talked to about Will Friend. Man, they told me he was a good football coach.
Mm-hmm. And unfortunately for Will Friend, if the offensive line takes a nice step forward this year, Jim Chaney is going to be the one that gets the credit from fans. I don't think that Will Friend is ever going to be able to shake the what is being said about him, unless I agree. Unless Jim Chaney goes elsewhere, and I don't see that happening. It would be okay to judge Will Friend if in year one Tennessee had an offensive line similar to Butch Jones's year one offensive line in 2013 when he had Juwan James, Tiny Richardson, Zach Fulton, and Alex Bullard. I mean, those are 4 NFL offensive linemen. If Will Friend had taken over that group last year and they underperformed, then okay, it is fair to judge him because I think in that instance we do have data that would support that. But right now, last year's offensive line without Brandon Kennedy, without Trey Smith, was not a Division I offensive line. It was not. And to judge him on whether he's a good or a bad coach is unfair.
Yeah, right. Last year was just a mess. Now, I'm not totally absolving him from guys not knowing where to go and things like that. That's his responsibility. But I'm not going to sit here and say he's a bad coach and from last year either. I understand the circumstances. Now, if the offensive line is successful this year, you got to give him credit. I mean, you got to give him some blame last year because they were not good. If they're good this year, you got to give them some credit. But I think Will Friend's a good football coach, and if you want to question some coaches on the staff, he's not one at all when it comes to coaching the game. He was the highest paid offensive coordinator outside of Power 5 2 years ago when he was at Colorado State.
Mm-hmm.
Worked for Mike Bobo. Mike Bobo at one point was National Assistant Coach of the Year when he was at Georgia offensive coordinator. So game recognizes game. Will Friend's a good football coach, and glad that he got a chance to talk to the media yesterday.
Now, he did have a quote that worried me, and it's not because he said it. It's just because of the reality of the offensive line. I'd be curious to hear if it worries you guys as well. He said, or he was asked on finding the best starting 5 offensive linemen through the first games of the season, and he said that nobody has really jumped out and said, I'm the guy, you can't get me off the field. They've all had days, but we would also like to play as many people as possible. That's always been my philosophy and Coach Pruitt's too. The more people you can play, the more you can wear down a team, and the better it is for building your own program because guys are able to get experience. But the part that worries me is that he says nobody has really jumped out and said, I'm the guy, you can't get me off the field. Does that worry y'all as well?
Nah, not really. I mean, this is a position group that takes 5 guys playing together. If this was like a quarterback race and you have 5 guys and the 5 players competing and the coach said, well, there's no one who stood out, then I'm like, whoa, that's not good. That worries me. But we're talking about a group. As long as the group is solid, I don't care about one individual standing out over another, as long as the group is good. So another thing too, there's always sometimes I won't say always. Sometimes there's a method to the madness with coaches talking to the media. You just heard Brian Niedermeyer drop Seattle, Washington, and Las Vegas, Nevada when he was talking about recruits that we are targeting. Did Will Friend say that to try to light a fire under someone who take the bull by the horns, or did he say that because that's truly what's going on? I don't know that, but we do understand that coaches sometimes use the media to send a message to their players. For me, it's about the group. So I don't care if Darnell Wright blows past everybody else. If Darnell Wright is awesome, but the rest of the four are not good and we're not good as a unit, the offensive line is not going to be what we need it to be. So I care more about the group rather than just individual players.
I concur.
I guess what worries me is that they're trying to settle on a starting five, and they're having to move so many guys around. Except for Brandon Kennedy is pretty much the only guaranteed starter. If Trey Smith is going to play, obviously he is a guaranteed starter. But outside of that, nobody's really taken the left tackle, right guard, or right tackle spot and ran with it. I guess you could say Marcus Tatum, and who knows where he is going to start. I guess that depends on what others do, is what it sounds like to me. I mean, I think if Wanye Morris or Jameer Johnson was handling their business, he would probably play right tackle, but it seems like they aren't as far along as the coaches expected. So maybe he plays left tackle. I don't know. It just seems like there's so much up in the air with the offensive line that's why it worried me, is because he said that there's not a guy just really jumping out to them.
But one guy jumping out doesn't mean that the offensive line is going to be good.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't take that comment as a sign of, oh, my gosh, the offensive line is not going to be good. I'm not worried because the offensive line is unlike any other group on the football field. Y'all got to work together. Like if everyone steps the right direction and one person doesn't, we're talking about a negative play. We're talking about a sack or a tackle for loss or someone getting in the backfield on the handoff exchange and causing a fumble and drastically turning the game around in the other team's favor. It's so important for everyone to be together that I'm not looking for Will Friend to say, all right, man, Wanye Morris is moving past everyone else. That's great. Wanye Morris moves past everyone else, but if they're not playing together, Jared doesn't have protection. We don't have holes in the running game. That's what I'm more concerned of. Now, when we start playing these games, we'll see. We'll see where we are offensive line-wise. We'll see against Georgia State. We'll see against BYU. We'll get a bigger test against Florida. But today, if you ask me if I'm worried by Will Friend's comments, nah. Not really. Nah. Not really. Not really at all. If he said the group, the unit is not where we need to be right now, then okay. Then I'm worried. But individually, no, I'm not. Not right now. Stokes, anything to add?
No. You kind of covered all the bases on that. It's just kind of why why football sleds are so important for offensive linemen. It kind of, hard to push it across the field when all those guys are not working as one unit. It's a unique group because they all have to be doing their jobs and doing it well for every single play of the play to be successful. There's really not another position group on the field that has that kind of pressure on them to work cohesively in that way. You covered all those bases. I got nothing much more to add to that one, buddy.
Niedermeyer talked about Dominic Wood-Anderson and him fitting very well in Jim Chaney's offense. The biggest difference with Dominic Wood-Anderson from this year to last year, Niedermeyer said coming from being a quarterback in high school and really a stand-up receiver, being able to put his hand in the ground and really do all of the facets. He can protect really well. He can run block. He can obviously catch the ball very well. Just being a complete tight end and really developing for the next level.
I think they are going to move him around a ton this year. I guess it was Tuesday in practice. Jim Chaney and T. Martin, it was probably already predetermined that they told him that they were going to pull him from the tight end group because all the tight ends have done all spring long and all fall camp is block. When we've been there during the open periods, that's all they do is block. And Tuesday they pulled Dominic Wood-Anderson to go work with the routes versus air with the wide receivers and with the quarterbacks, and they had him split out wide, and then that was on Tuesday, and then come Wednesday they had him working in the slot. And I thought it was funny because that was the first time since last football season that I've seen a tight end catch a pass in practice during the open portion because, again, all they do is work on blocking. But they pulled DWA out, had him working outside, and then had him working in the slot. So I think they're going to move him around a ton this year.
If you want to see how they're going to use Woods Anderson, go pull up some 2012 film of Michael Rivera, and you're going to see exactly the role Woods Anderson's going to play. Maybe tweaked a little bit to his particular set of skills, but Chaney loves tight ends. He loves tight ends that can run and catch, and Woods Anderson can do that, and he can get it done in the block game a little bit too. That's he's a little stronger with the pass catching, obviously, but he's a bigger guy. He can hold somebody up.
I think the versatility and the creativity of this offense, Jim Chaney, depends on Dominic Wood-Anderson. There's so many different formations you can line up with when you have a versatile tight end. You can put the tight end out wide, match a wide receiver up against a safety. If the tight end is versatile, can block, you can put him in the place of a fullback, and have a heavy run, set look, and go play action pass with the tight end going out for a pass in the flats. There's so many different things you can do. And Chris Brown, my last year when Coach Cutt was offensive coordinator, his versatility made us so hard to prep for, made us so creative on offense because Chris Brown was able to run block. He was able to catch. He was able to line up wide inside. And Dominic Wood-Anderson, if he can kind of digest everything that's thrown at him, and he can go outside as a wide receiver, run a slant, run a hitch route while the inside guy's running a corner or a go, like that will be awesome. And Dominic Wood-Anderson is very, very important to the versatility of this offense. Stokes, we got to run, man. We got to run.
Yeah, buddy.
Who you got tomorrow, Miami or Florida? Go Canes.
I'm pulling for the Canes, obviously, but I've been going back and forth. I don't know how this game is going to go.
I don't either.
The Canes have been fairly disappointing. Is Florida going to be able to field the football team? I mean, they kicking dudes off right and left. I don't know. It's going to be an interesting opening game to the college football season, but I am excited for it nonetheless. I'll just pick the Canes because I hate Florida.
Amen.
I like it, Stokes. Seth, man, have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon, my friend.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a great weekend.
Yeah, I want the Canes to win, but I don't see how the Canes will win.
I'll tell you how. That front seven is nasty. Their defensive line is nasty. Florida's offensive line is inexperienced. If they can wreak some havoc.
Takes turnovers. It's going to take turnovers for sure. Hour 2 coming up. Swain event fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Be right back.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook.
We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost that it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today.
Touchdown or turnover is up next on the Swain event.
When you or a loved one is injured in an accident, there are a lot of questions. There are medical bills, lost work time, damages. What will you do? You'll need someone who will have your back. Call former Marine Marcos Garza, 865-540-8300. The Garza Law Firm will be with you every step of the way. Put this number in your phone right now, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
When I made the move to my own studio, I was worried about this. I was worried about that. I was worried about, hey, did I get this piece of equipment? Did I get that piece of equipment? Does that sound good? Does that not sound good? One thing I didn't have to worry about, that was office furniture, because Office Furniture Outfitters met my furniture needs. With a 50,000 square foot facility, they have East Tennessee's largest selection and are the best value for new and used office furniture. Located in Knoxville, it's easy to find everything you need for your new space, including desks, file cabinets, chairs, conference tables, and more. Office Furniture Outfitters is turnkey. They came to my place, we mapped everything out that was needed, they delivered, and get this, set everything up. To learn more about what Office Furniture Outfitters can do for you, log on to ofonox.com. That's ofonox.com.
In debt? In too deep? Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union says, stop treading water and get out of the deep end. If you've got debt, make a splash and come get some cash. If Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union can refinance your car, boat, camper, motorcycle, credit cards, personal or home loan, they'll pay you up to $500. So come take the plunge right now. Refinance your loans. Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union will pay you. 5 convenient locations. Visit atfcu.com. Equal housing lender.
Touchdown or Turnover is backed by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong.
Touchdown Turnover. Backed by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong. Better rates and better service. Ben McKee, Jason Swain. Hour 1 was brought to you by Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. Specializing in just quality service. 4.8 customer rating online, over 15,000 reviews, and transparency pricing is why. You know the cost of the total job, and the job is itemized with a breakdown of the individual part, how much it costs, so that way you know exactly what you're paying for. That's Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. Touchdown Turnover today will be about transfer quarterback Kasim Hill coming over from Maryland, and he's going to redshirt this year, and he'll be ready to play next year. This is an interesting dynamic here. Very interesting. You have Jared Garantano, who is without a doubt Tennessee's starting quarterback. He will have opportunity to go to the NFL with a really productive season. If he chooses to do that, he will certainly have that option. You have Harrison Bailey coming in. He is a top 10 quarterback in high school football. He'll come in next year, and he'll be a true freshman. Touchdown Turnover, Kasim Hill transferring to Tennessee is a big deal. It is a big deal. Touchdown or turnover.
Absolutely. I mean, anytime you can bring in a former 4-star quarterback, a top 300 recruit, he was the number 10 pro-style quarterback in the country. He has significant playing time in a good football conference in the Big Ten, has starting experience, only started 3 games in 2017. Well, he started 10 games in 2018, I'm sorry. Anytime you can bring in a former big-time recruit, a guy with playing experience in a big-time conference as a walk-on, I mean, you take that all day, every day. I mean, you don't even hesitate, in my opinion. And then I was under the impression that if Jared Garantano returns, Tennessee would probably go out and add a transfer quarterback anyways, or I thought it would be a grad transfer. to add some depth to the quarterback room for next season, because you would have JG and 3 young guys with inexperience. And then if JG left, I also think that they would have gone out and got a transfer quarterback, probably a grad transfer, to maybe bridge the gap between Harrison Bailey being ready, or unless they think Brian Maurer or JT Shrout is ready to go next year. But I think it's a big deal because, again, you're bringing in a big-time recruit, and he was a big-time recruit because those talent evaluators saw something in him, athleticism, something in him to rank him a top 300 player, a top 10 quarterback in the country. And to get him as a walk-on, I think that's a huge deal. And if anything else, I mean, he raises the level of competition in the quarterback room, and I think that's huge, especially when you'll have 3 inexperienced quarterbacks on the roster next year.
It's a big deal. Touchdown. I mean, you mentioned it with your last point of why it is. One of the reasons for me, you needed an extra quarterback in that room. That's why we attempted to sign 2 quarterbacks in this class. You did not do that. Hayes King committed to Texas A&M. So instead of going the grad transfer route, which that was something that we were not going to do, I'm not a big fan of the grad transfer route unless it is a home run.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts, Kelly Bryant.
Yeah, because you're getting one guy for 1 year, and if he doesn't graduate, he's still in your books, and that's one guy who negatively affects the APR. And so if you get Jalen Hurts, cool. But if you don't, and Keller Chris type, that's not what we need right now. Get a guy that's going to transfer. If he has to sit out a year, that's great. He is going to make you better. If he runs scout team quarterback, he's going to make the defense better. He has another year, a whole year of learning the system. And next year, if Jared leaves, I feel better about the quarterback room. I don't necessarily feel great about throwing a true freshman out there unless the offensive line is really good. There's a good running game and a good defense, like in 2004 when Eric Angel was the quarterback. So I just need more bodies in the quarterback room that can compete. That's very, very important. It's also a big deal because now you mentioned his high school connection. I don't care about what he was ranked. It doesn't really matter to me. It's about what he did at Maryland and how good of a player he is. What's important to me about him out of high school is that he's connected to St. John's, which is the same high school that Rico McCoy went to as a high school player who played Tennessee here. It's the same high school as Mordecai McDaniel, recent Tennessee commit, and he just went to the same high school as Raheem Jarrett, one of Tennessee's top wide receiver targets. For me, that is very, very, very huge. So I think it's a big deal. That's good stuff. Another Maryland to Tennessee connection. I'm here for it.
Yeah, and the reason I mentioned the recruiting rankings is I'm with you. I don't really care about rankings anymore. It's like somebody responded to one of my tweets yesterday, and Tennessee's 22nd in recruiting. Should we be concerned?
Block.
I don't pay attention to recruiting rankings.
Kidding.
I'm sorry. Tennessee's coaching staff has a different set of rankings than 247 or Rivals or ESPN. I mean, it's significant to a certain extent, but overall, like
I think we need to say, because I don't think we can sit here and say we don't pay attention to them, but they are not the gospel. They're not what we 100% go by. They don't have the last word for us.
I don't live and die by them.
Yeah, I mean that would probably be the best way to word that.
Right, it is. Yeah, that's what I was referring to.
Yeah, because I mean, if we reference them, we talk about them, we pay attention to them.
Right.
We just don't. We don't take them as gold. Like we don't live and die by the recruiting rankings. We mention them, but we do also understand that Tennessee has their own method, their own form of rankings, and that's what matters most. But he was a good player coming out of high school. That's great, and he did a pretty good job at Maryland.
Yeah,
he did.
But the reason I did bring up the high school recruiting rankings is because a lot of those top 150, top 300 guys, they are ranked in the top 150, top 300 because they have raw ability at whatever position that they play, or they have an elite trait about them that just jumps off the page. So that is more so why I referenced the recruiting rankings, because to me that tells me that, okay, talent evaluator saw an elite skill set or a trait in his skill set that is elite that caused him to be a top 300 player, or he's just a raw football player that has a lot of potential. So that's why I referenced the recruiting rankings. I don't really care exactly where he was ranked, but that was kind of my thought process behind that. But the recruiting ties to St. John's College, I meant to mention that as well. I mean, again, anytime you can bring on a good football player with his ties to Rakeem Jarrett, to Mordecai McDaniel, to the Washington, D.C. area, as a walk-on, that's remarkable. Now, I would be stunned if he is a walk-on next year. I think he will be a walk-on just this year. I would be kind of surprised if he's a walk-on again next year. But he was impressive at Maryland. It's an impressive get. Now, while I think it is an impressive get, I would be surprised if maybe he plays over Harrison Bailey, because I look at that 49% completion percentage, and that kind of worries me.
We'll see what happens on the training.
You can't play football at any level on a consistent basis if you are not accurate with the football. But I will say, and maybe that was because he was banged up his freshman year with the torn ACL, and maybe that was lingering this past season, and maybe that contributed to his poor completion percentage. But he did do a fairly good job of taking care of the football. He had 11 touchdown to 4 interception ratio, so a good touchdown to interception ratio. That makes me feel a little bit better.
Yeah, I can't sit here and act like I watch Maryland football. I mean, there's a lot of things I would rather do than watch Maryland football, like weed eat, watch paint dry, things like that. But Josh Dobbs didn't have a great completion percentage early in his career either, but he just made plays, got the ball in the end zone. And so what's going to happen when you get a hold, when Jim Chaney gets a hold of you?
Yes.
How you perform matters to me most. There's a lot of dysfunction in Maryland over the last couple of years. What does Jim Chaney do with talent? Bring talent in. I don't care if they had a good experience or a bad experience somewhere else. Bring the talent in. Let Jim Chaney and our great football coaches mold them, and let's see what happens.
Yeah. And just to add one more quick thing. Not just Jim Chaney, and you kind of touched on it, Jim Chaney, T. Martin, and Chris Winkie. Like, I trust them 100% to fix the completion percentage. Again, I think it might have been a lingering injury because of the torn ACL in 2017 that hampered him. The only reason I bring that up is because I think some people may look at this and be like, oh, he may play early next year. He may play right away. He could be the starting quarterback of the future. I'm just not pushing that agenda. I just want people to hold off on that because it seems like he could really improve in that area.
I mean, the completion percentage can weigh on the offense coordinator. I mean, if you have a vertical passing game and you throw a bunch of deep balls all day, but you hit 30% of those deep balls or 40% of those deep balls, you're going to have explosive plays, but your completion percentage is going to suffer.
Yeah.
If you are running a West Coast offense and you run a lot of crossing routes, a lot of slant and timing routes, and they're short, your completion percentage is going to be a little bit high. You're running bubble screens all day long. So I need to see him here before I'll get excited or discouraged about some stats. I need to see what he does here in Orange. Mr. White knows exactly what I'm talking about. It doesn't hurt that he's from St. John's High School, same as Rakeem and Mordecai. Daniel W., to add on touchdown turnover, do you see any quarterback on this roster transferring as a result of Hill coming in, more specifically within the next 2 years? I see a transfer happening at the quarterback position, but I don't think I can't sit here and say that it's the result of Hill coming in. I just think that there's only one quarterback that can play, and when you have a room of 4 or 5 and you go from a freshman to a sophomore, or a sophomore to a junior, if you don't see an opportunity for yourself to play, you got to find somewhere else to play. Quarterbacks transfer, and Tennessee is no different than any other school. Nassau Mike says the only reason I hesitate when I hear recruitings don't matter is while at Alabama, Georgia, Florida, they've all had top five classes year in and year out. If rankings don't matter, then why those schools recruit only 4 or 5 star players? I know they just didn't recruit only 4 and 5, but you know what I mean. So Alabama and Georgia, it's not like they look at the rankings of players and go, oh, I need rivals at 247, ESPN tell me that they're a good player. They see the good players. They want the good players. And then the rankings usually are the ones that are kind of behind them to rank these players high, because if Nick Saban wants you, that means you're probably pretty good, right? Mm-hmm. So, yes, team rankings, when you look at the team rankings, there's a correlation between the champions in the last 10 years and the rankings. That's why I don't like to sit here and say that they just don't matter at all, because they do matter a little bit, but they're not the final say. If they say a kid's a 5-star, that doesn't mean the kid's going to the NFL. If they rank a kid as a 2-star, that doesn't mean the kid doesn't have an opportunity to be an all SEC player. You just have to understand there's gray area. You can't be black and white with recruiting rankings. That's all we're saying. And I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, I'll try to do a better job of explaining it. 865-200-5503, B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Ken, 49% completion rate, 6.3 yards per attempt, 9 touchdowns, 10 games. The guy's fairly talented, but let's not get too excited here. He's definitely competition. Again, Ken, I'll say it for the third time. Let's see what he does when he gets here. He was recruited for a reason. He's brought in for a reason. It wasn't just to get Raheem Jarrett. You wanted to add more quarterbacks to the room. He's brought here for a reason.
He's got talent.
Jim Chaney, you're paying him $1.7 million. So if you're going to look at the stats, good or bad, from his time in Maryland, and just come to a conclusion, I don't think you understand the big picture. The system plays a lot in the quarterback success or lack of success. I think we have learned that with Josh Dobbs. I hope we have learned that with Josh Dobbs. Ooh. How about we just wait and see?
Nathan Peterman. He goes to Pittsburgh.
Yeah. How about we just wait and see? 865-200-5503. Hour 2 continues after this.
While the other guys are taking guesses, the Swain event is taking you behind the scenes and in the huddle every morning from 7 till 10 right here.
Hey, it's Chris Lowe of ESPN. And listen, maybe Jason Swain didn't wear number 1 quite as well as the great Leonard Little did at Tennessee, but he is your go-to guy for all things Big Orange. Join us weekly on the Swain event, brought to you by Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine and trsportsmedicine.com.
We're here with Dr. Michael Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine to discuss stem cell treatment and PRP. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, Achilles tendonitis, or tennis elbow, you should give them a call.
That's right, Jason. We specialize in regenerative non-surgical orthopedics. So we treat damaged tendons, ligaments, and joints by using ultrasound-guided injections with stem cells or PRP. And this form of treatment actually stimulates the body's own reparative process and allows for healing of the damaged tissue.
So, Doc, what makes your training different than others?
Well, Jason, I've been practicing in Knoxville for 26 years, and I'm certified in interventional regenerative orthopedic medicine through the American Academy of Orthopedic Medicine. So unlike the big seminars that will advertise stem cells, fly someone in for a couple hours to talk about supposed stem cells that you order off of a shelf, then they'll depart, leaving the patient wondering who will be the person injecting me and what their level of training is. At Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, I'm the one doing the procedure, and we're using your own bone marrow stem cells or PRP. So in other words, it comes from you and it goes back to you. So you know exactly what you're getting and know exactly the level of training involved.
Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, trsportsmedicine.com. East Tennessee's leader in PRP and stem cell therapy.
Hey y'all, check it out. Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue has a brand new happy hour special right now that you don't want to miss. Get $2 off of their fantastic barbecue queso appetizer from 2 to 4 p.m. That's queso loaded with your choice of pork, chicken, or brisket and served with Frito scoops. And for the rest of the month, check out their new Pig and Peaches salad for $11. This thing is loaded with salad mix, grape tomatoes, fire-roasted peaches, pickled red onions, pork belly burn-ins, goat cheese, and topped with a delicious balsamic vinaigrette. Dead End Barbecue. The barbecue search is over.
While the players are gearing up for the gridiron, it's time for you to get geared up at Alumni Hall. Find the best selection of Nike, Nike Golf, Peter Millar, and all those retro logos you love. And the 2 for $28 t-shirt deal? Game changer. And don't forget about the rest of your game day crew. There are plenty of options for the entire family and to upgrade that tailgate. Shop now at one of their 6 convenient locations in Tennessee or 24/7 at alumnihall.com. It's football time in Tennessee.
As summer selling season heats up, here are 3 home features buyers are loving. Borrow a few or all of these to potentially up the appeal and value of your home. Number 1. Get back to basics. Never underestimate the power of a nice walkway, quality mulch, some flowering shrubs, and a couple of nice planters. Number 2. Embrace a new neutral. While beige and white are classic, new neutrals are trending. Opt for soft grays, or you can even try a neutral blue. Number 3. Open space is all the rage. Homebuyers are still on the hunt for open concept floor plans. Even if your rooms are enclosed, mirrors and ample natural light can help open up your space. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, you need a professional that will be by your side every step of the way. Call me, Jennifer Morris with Keller Williams Realty at 865-694-5904 or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com.
I'm Vince Moore, wide receiver, VFL 1991, and you're listening to the Swain Event. Around the SEC, powered by 42nd Street Marketing, your game-winning play call for design, marketing, and branding.
Around the SEC is brought to you by 42nd Street. 42sd.com is the website. They handle all your marketing, branding, website, print design, and logo design. Ben, what we got today?
Quite a bit. They're not huge stories, but a couple of really good nuggets. Arkansas, what are you doing? This really deserves to go for what, in my opinion. Arkansas has scheduled a 2-for-1 with not Oklahoma State, Texas Tech. No, but Tulsa. Arkansas has scheduled a 2-for-1 with Tulsa. Arkansas will play Tulsa in Fayetteville, Arkansas in 2026 and 2029. The second of 3 meetings with Tulsa will be played in Tulsa in 2027. I do not understand this. Arkansas, why are you going to play at Tulsa? You don't have to do that. You're not a big time football program, but you don't have to go play at Tulsa. I promise you that. Derek McFadden should be shaking his head this morning. This is a very cool note. Kentucky will celebrate the life of former Kentucky quarterback Jared Lorenzen on October 12th when Kentucky hosts Arkansas on what's being designated as Jared Lorenzen Day. So that is very cool, a very cool honor, a very cool way for Kentucky to honor their former quarterback who passed away this summer. So October 12th, when Kentucky plays Arkansas, it will be Jared Lorenzen Day, and I'm sure that will be a very cool scene there in Lexington. And Vanderbilt, this is an early attaboy / attagirl. They have scheduled a game called Set the Expectation Game. This is from a press release on Vanderbilt's website. The Vanderbilt football team's season opening tilt with Georgia on August 31st has been designated as the program's Set the Expectation Game. Vanderbilt will be the first SEC program to host a Set the Expectation Game. The event started in June when Brenda Tracy, a registered nurse from Portland, Oregon, shared with the football team her devastating personal story and vital message of preventing sexual violence. Tracy has addressed dozens of college teams and many more on the high school level in the past year. Tracy also serves on the NCAA's Commission to Combat Campus Sexual Violence. Tracy, who calls her campaign Set the Expectation, will be in attendance and introduced to the crowd during an on-field recognition. During the home opener, student athletes and athletic staff will be doing a number of things to raise awareness about sexual and relationship violence. Patches will be worn on the shirts of all Vanderbilt and Georgia football staff members, and teal and purple stickers, which represents sexual violence awareness, and the purple represents relationship violence awareness, will be worn on all of the student athletes' helmets. T-shirts that say Set the Expectation will be distributed to the first 10,000 fans in attendance, and student athletes from both teams will wear the shirts during pregame warmups. A teal and purple ribbon will be painted on the Vanderbilt Stadium field, and Vanderbilt Athletics will host a donation drive in association with the Tennessee Coalition to End Sexual and Domestic Violence to collect items for victims of domestic and sexual violence. Vanderbilt's Project Safe will be on site to provide awareness of on-campus resources and community organizations. Pledgers will also be available on the concourse throughout the game for fans to sign, affirming their commitment to combat sexual and relationship violence. So Vanderbilt gets an attaboy / an attagirl for their Set the Expectation game, which will be next Saturday when they play Georgia. Very cool initiative. It's a problem in society that needs to be addressed.
Great job, Vanderbilt football. Great job. Simple as that.
Yep. At Mississippi State, they have announced a starting quarterback. This is noteworthy, not only because it is an SEC football team, but because Tennessee plays Mississippi State this season on October 12th. Joe Moorhead's decision is in, and a new quarterback will be leading Mississippi State onto the field at the Superdome in New Orleans next Saturday when Mississippi State takes on the University of Louisiana. Replacing Nick Fitzgerald will be Penn State graduate transfer Tommy Stevens. This ends the month-long battle between Stevens and junior Keaton Thompson in fall camp as the senior came out on top for the position. Stevens became a viable option for Moorhead after he announced his decision to transfer back in April from Penn State. During his 2 years at Penn State, Stevens was a backup to Trace McSorley, but Moorhead was impressed enough to where he wanted to bring him to Mississippi State. Word on the street is that Tommy Stevens is a very good quarterback. The only reason he did not play at Mississippi State is because Trace McSorley was just uber talented.
Played at Penn State.
Penn State, I'm sorry. He was just uber talented and just did not give up that starting job when he beat out Tommy Stevens. So there you go. Tommy Stevens will be the start. Well, I guess technically he could fall on his face in September, and Keaton Thompson could take over as the starting quarterback when Mississippi State comes to town. But I actually think that Mississippi State's offense is going to be better without Nick Fitzgerald than with Nick Fitzgerald because, yes, Nick Fitzgerald set a lot of records, broke records that were set by Tim Tebow, Dak Prescott, guys like that, but it was all with his legs. With the arm, that offense was very limited, and Tommy Stevens is a guy that can do both. They have a good rushing attack. They have a good offensive line. They have big physical receivers, a really good tight end. I think that Mississippi State offense is going to be pretty good this year.
Yeah, 2004 we had, I want to say 3 different quarterbacks that played that season, so anything can happen. Tommy Stevens won the job. Keontae Thompson just needs to continue to work and prepare himself for maybe an injury or a bad performance. But Tennessee could see Tommy Stevens. We could see Keontae Thompson. But, man, these starting quarterback announcements, man, are as extravagant as some of these recruiting announcements now around college football. So it's cool for the young man because they won the job, and it's cool to see them be highlighted for their hard work and winning the competition. But, whew, these announcements, man, they're starting to remind me of recruiting announcements.
I will be interested to see and follow what Keaton Thompson decides to do. He's been a backup quarterback for a couple of years now. Backed up Nick Fitzgerald last season when Nick Fitzgerald was suspended for the opener. He started, played well. He's a junior. It looks like he has a red shirt available. He's a very talented guy. He has a lively arm. He can run around, make plays. Seems like a good kid from everything I've read about him as well. So
I would leave after game 4 without him.
See how Tommy Stevens kind of.
I mean, no, I don't need to see anything. I mean, game 4, I can play 4 games still red shirt. So I can after game 4, like I would leave. I mean, I would go somewhere else. I mean, 2 years. He's competed. Like he's competed twice. It's not like he's just running from competition. He competed twice at Mississippi State, and he didn't just lose to just anybody. Nick Fitzgerald is a SEC record holder, and then you lost to a quarterback that was the reason why Penn State has been successful under James Franklin. So it's not like he deserves any, oh, man, you just running from competition like we said about Tate Martell.
Mm-hmm.
He competed. He just lost. The rule was made for guys like this. It was made for guys like this that either had a bad experience at a school, they need a fresh start, or guys that they've competed, they've done it the right way, it just hasn't worked out. Okay, go somewhere where you can make a difference and play if that's what you want to do. So I wouldn't have any problem with him leaving.
No, I wouldn't either. I also think it's a benefit though that if you wait 4 games, you can see if Tommy Stevens takes the job and runs with it. Because I mean, who knows? He could be called into duty game 3.
He could have a Nathan Peterman situation where he named the starter, but the moment was too big for him and didn't play well. I mean, that could happen too. I mean, I would wait. I would wait and kind of see what happens, but I think he's earned the right to be selfish a little bit now. I think he's earned that right.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah, I think he earned that right. 865-250-503, B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Stay with us.
You don't have to take an L just because you can't listen to the Swain event live. You can catch up on the podcast posted daily on the app, online, and on iTunes.
When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling because you'll know that you're in love.
Tap water often contains harmful chemicals and additives. When you call for your free water test from Hiller, we'll show you exactly what's in your water and how to remove it. Enjoy cleaner, healthier water in your home. Visit happyhiller.com to schedule your free in-home appointment today.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
Do you want a custom themed tumbler or bottle to show off your team spirit every day of the week? Well, look no further than Game Time Sidekicks. Every design has you, the fan, in mind. Their tumblers and bottles are double-walled, vacuum-insulated stainless steel, and their quality is second to none in the market. From stainless steel sippy cups to tumblers and sports bottles, Game Time Sidekicks offers something for the fan of all ages to rep their team with. They have many different logo options, so fans will have something they are proud to carry around all the time. Use promo code SWAIN at checkout to get 20% off of your entire purchase at GameTimeSidekicks.com. They also offer $5 flat rate shipping. Be sure to check out the Game Time Workshop on the website and customize your tumbler to make it one of a kind with things like your nickname, number, or initials. Game Time Sidekicks. Show your colors and carry your team. The year's going by so fast. The good news is it's football season. The bad news is, well, there's a bunch of stuff you still need to do this year, like get a health checkup. I recommend Low T Center. You can get all of your levels checked with a $99 complete health assessment. Low T Center exclusively treats men, and they make it quick and easy. Plus, it's covered by most health insurance. Call 865-392-1388, or you can schedule your appointment online at lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Due to a special purchase, Beatty Chevrolet has over 100 pre-owned crossovers and SUVs at tremendous savings during the $1 Million Markdown event. 100 crossovers and SUVs from Chevrolet, Ford, Nissan, Volkswagen, Toyota, Honda, Mazda, and more. All makes and models starting at $89.95. And we'll buy your vehicle on the spot. Plus, get the Beatty warranty for life during the $1 Million Markdown. Only at Beatty Chevrolet in Knoxville or shop BeattyChevrolet.com. Sale prices plus tax, title, and license.
Craving flavors that don't take hours in the kitchen? Mrs. Grissom's cheese spreads and chicken salads are the perfect go-to. Ready-to-eat meals and snacks found in the meat or dairy section at your local grocery store. Whether you crave the classic Mrs. Grissom's pimento cheese or the gluten-free select varieties like the cranberry pecan chicken salad, enjoy small-town flavor in every bite. Select the best. Select Mrs. Grissom's.
You don't have to take an L just because you can't listen to the Swain event live. You can catch up on the podcast posted daily on the app, online, and on iTunes.
I think it's time to do our quarterly public service announcement about recruiting rankings. But first, we'll get to our good friend DR Vol. Good morning.
Morning, guys. How are y'all?
What's up? What's up? What's up? We're great. Bless. How are you?
I'm good. Me and Ben just came to a mutual agreement. Great day because 2 days we don't have to talk to each other. Me and him.
That's true.
That is true. But I'm sure you'll be tweeting him a storm, making fun of him and his obsession with Antonio Brown's failures.
Man, not even just Antonio Brown. Volstorm and DR Vol are relentless in my mentions, making fun of me.
Are you saying they're bullies?
They are big-time bullies. I am depressed because of it. They ruin my days. You know, I bet you teach your kids not to go to school and be bullies, yet you're turning around and bullying me on Twitter. What would your kids say about that, DR Vol?
Well, you know, it's funny you said that because we just started flag football. My son's 4, and of course he's learning the concept of football. And this kid pushed him down, and he got to crying, saying, you know, the kid pushed him down. I said, oh, you know, Cruz, football is contact. You know, you're supposed to do that. So if he does that, you do it back. Next thing I know, he's got to get him down, kicking him in the head. So we had to have a little talk to the side. So yeah, I guess you're right on that, Ben.
Yeah, you can be physical within the confines of the rules. You can't have him down, stumping him out. Now you can't do that. You're not jumping him in the game.
Yeah, I started to get him Albert Hainsworth jersey after that.
Hey man, it happens.
But you know, when you talk about the recruiting stuff, you know, I did kind of take up for Ben on Twitter because somebody's worried about recruiting rankings in August. I wish I had more time on my hands to worry about something like that. We're 4 months away from early signing day.
Wait, what did you just say?
Somebody on Twitter, it was in Ben's mentions, was complaining about the recruiting rankings, and here it is in August.
I saw a tweet in my mentions where someone was like, why are we losing recruiting battles to Kentucky? I'm like, I didn't say anything, but I'm thinking to myself, so you're blaming Tennessee for that young man for whatever his reason was to pick Kentucky? You're just gonna blame Tennessee, but you're not going to mention how Tennessee got 2 players in the last week. One, I didn't think Tennessee had a chance to get 6 months ago. Tennessee beat out Auburn. They beat out LSU to get. And then the other kid is one of the fastest players in high school, and we are addressing needs at a high school that Raheem Jarrett, one of the top receivers in the country, is also from. So you're not gonna mention that either. Like I just don't understand the overreactions in August. It's just I don't get it. But
well, it's because it doesn't fit their narrative. And I've got a question about the Will Friend. Do y'all think that he's paying like sins of our past? You know, with Butch, everybody knew he played volleyball and hiring all his friends. And do you think if Pruitt and him weren't such good friends that people would make as big a deal about it?
No, I think it's that he's making $800,000 a year. I think that has more to do with some of the criticism than the fact that him and Pruitt are tied. Because you know Pruitt has a connection to a lot of these guys because he either worked with them at other jobs or he has admired them on the recruiting trail. He just has a longer relationship with Will Friend. But I think it's the salary. I think if Will Friend was making the same number as Niedermeyer, I think maybe some of the criticism wouldn't be so harsh.
I guess that's fair.
Yeah, I think it's the money, man. I think it's the money more than the relationship.
My last question is about Niedermeyer. You know, Ben, I've always said Ben's kind of like Jeremy Banks. If he can get his fumbling under control, he could do a really good interview. And he held on the phone. I was proud of him. But, Ben, this is for you, too. What do you notice different about Niedermeyer than the other coaches? Because to me, just looking at him, I mean, it's just so strange to me that he's that young and just killing it and recruiting like he is. But how's he different from the other coaches that y'all talk to?
He has hair.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And technically, I did not fumble. My tripod fumbled.
Okay.
It wasn't in my hands. I'll still take the. See, that's like I'm the running back coach in that situation, and my running back fumbled. Like, I should have had my tripod more prepared for that.
So it wasn't Banks that fumbled, it was his glove that failed him, I guess. Huh?
Correct. It was the glove's fault. So Niedermeyer, I don't know if other coaches are playing Fortnite with the dudes or not. Like, Niedermeyer is playing video games with the dudes. Like, he is. I'm telling you, he like one of the guys, and those high school players really relate to him in a big way. Now, here's recruiting rankings. I did this a couple months ago, actually. I have a spreadsheet of the top 10 recruiting classes from 2010 to 2018. And this is according to 24/7 Sports. And I made it just in case for moments like this, because every once in a while we get on this topic. Alabama was number 1 from 2011 to 2017. Georgia was number 1, okay? Clemson was not in the top 5 in 2018, 2017, 2016, 2015, 2014, 2013. Clemson has not been in the top 5. Teams like Notre Dame has been in the top 10 the last 2 or 3 years. The teams that you see in this top 10 are teams who are consistently winning 8, 9, 10, 11 games, making a run. If you just get in that ballpark, you're going to be all right, because it's more than just about recruiting talent. You got to develop them. You got to keep your staff together. You got to keep those guys healthy. It's more than just recruiting rankings. Recruiting rankings, it doesn't make you a champion. But if you develop, then you have a chance. Florida State in 15 and 16 were 3rd in the country. When did Florida State win their championship? 2013. And they've been downhill ever since. And I'm not sitting here saying that it's not natural to go downhill when you win a championship, because there's really only one place to go. But Florida State's drop has been dramatic. I mean, Jimbo Fisher got out of there before the plane crash. Offensive line was terrible. How do you go from doing what they did in 2013 and having more NFL draft picks than Alabama at one point during a 2-year span to not being able to protect the quarterback? Well, it's development, it's injuries, it's departures, it's other things that factor into having a good football team or not. So I wish folks would just not take recruiting rankings so serious. I'm not saying they don't matter, but don't treat them like they're the gospel. They're a nice, fun tool. Let's keep it at that. Thanks, DR Vol. Thanks for the phone call.
Thank
you. And to answer his question about Brian Niedermeyer, I think he's just young. I think that's how he's – because I think the coaching staff is pretty similar when you take all of them into consideration. But the biggest difference is he's just younger than everybody else. He's younger than Tracy Rocker and Will Friend, and everybody else has gray beards and is bald.
I think that's one of the factors. But Niedermeyer is a grinder too.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a grinder. And you can say young is part of it too, but he's young to the game.
Mm-hmm.
This is his second year as a position coach. So he has a lot to prove.
And you can tell by the way he talks that he feels like he has a lot to prove.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, remember when Pruitt first announced his staff and he named all the coaches? And he was like, yeah, we thought we'd give Niedermeyer an opportunity, give him a chance.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, whoa. That's a little different than how you announce the other guys. Niedermeyer is still proving himself each and every day as a complete college football coach. So yeah, he's young, and that plays a little bit into it. But Niedermeyer grinds, man. He outworks everybody. That's the real narrative.
And
here.
Pruitt wasn't even really committal to putting Niedermeyer at tight end. He was kind of, we think we'll put him at tight ends, coach. We're going to give him an on-the-field role, but we don't really know where. Whereas he was happy to announce Tracy Rocker. Kevin Shearer, Chris Rump at the time.
He had a different level of energy.
Yes.
Because of what they have done.
The resume.
Yeah, their resume. Niedermeyer, I mean, he never coached on the football field like that. And so Niedermeyer has something to prove. Recruiting is a little bit like rebounding. You gotta want it. You gotta want to do it. A lot of it's effort. And some guys recruit early and have success, and they kind of depend on that success, and they don't put the same energy and effort in recruiting as they did 5-10 years ago. And you got to do it each and every day, all out. And Niedermeyer does it, man. So, yeah, he's young, but, dude, he works his butt off. He's a grinder. He's a grinder. All right, let's go back to the phones. Let's get to Hillbilly Bopper. Hillbilly Bopper, good morning.
Good morning, Swain.
What's up, man?
Morning, brother?
I'm great, man. It's Friday. Blessed. How are you? Hope you're doing well.
I'm doing the same here in Atlanta, brother. I'm headed to the Tour Championship down here at East Lake this morning, so I'm truly blessed.
Good, man. Good.
Now, who's your favorite golfer?
Yeah. My favorite golfer, I'm a Jordan Spieth guy.
Hey, I am too.
I followed Tiger growing up, and I root for Tiger too, but I like Jordan Spieth. I like the way he talks to the ball because I'm the same on the golf course,
mm-hmm.
and love it, man. But
I'm more like John Daly on the golf course. not all the charades. I'm talking about the golf game.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned that. I lived in Arkansas for a little bit, and tried to go to Daly's golf course over in Dardanelle, Arkansas, and they shut it down.
Oh,
I
really?
guess he couldn't get anybody out there to Mount Magazine to call the pigs. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, guys, I was just calling. I had a question. I've been kind of lackadaisical and trying to figure out what's going on with the offensive frame this year, and I didn't know if you guys are. I guess we're going to see some new offensive sets. I just don't know what we're going to see with everything that's going on. Are we going to have a I formation? We're going to have power T. What are you guys seeing out of camp? I don't know what's coming out of this. I know we're going to have something different, but what are you guys seeing that you might could relay on? I know you can't talk too much about it, but
I can promise you what we will not see. We will not see the wishbone wing T. You probably won't see that, but
right.
The I formation. The formation doesn't get you results. It's the execution, and teams are kind of moving away from the designated fullback because you can take a tight end, and if he can block, you can use him, and then you can be more versatile on offense with formations, things like that. And so I don't want to get so caught up in the I formation. Now, if you want to say lead blocker. Yeah, let's say lead blocker. You can have a lead blocker with anybody. You can have a receiver lead blocking for a running back. But let's get more lead blockers. That's something that I want to see, especially down in the goal line. I think we will. I think we'll see some two tight end sets, some big body formations and personnels down there when it matters most in the red zone. I think we're going to see a lot. I don't know if we're going to see a lot the first game of the season, but I think Jim Chaney has a lot that he can throw out because we have receivers that can run reverses. We have receivers that can maybe throw the football if we need to do something like that. We have running backs who can line up at receiver. We have tight ends who can line up at receiver. We got a lot of guys that can do different things, and it only makes it easier for the offense coordinator to be creative.
And I'm thinking right now with the way Guarantano has been, last couple of years. I know he had some issues with his knee. Correct? I'm correct in saying that. I think
a while ago.
Yeah,
but it wasn't like serious. It was a while ago.
Probably just part of playing football.
Right. That comes with territory. But I'm just trying to see, how they're going to help him this year. I know, when looking at when we were recruiting him, he was, dual threat, and we haven't really seen his wheels. To an extent, we've seen them, but for him to open up and run the field like Dobbs did, that's just what I'm trying to get at. Is what?
Yeah, you ain't gonna see that. No, he ain't Dobbs, and
right.
Again, that's on the evaluators to be a little bit more responsible in how they label these guys. Is he a dual threat in the fact that he can pick up a first down with his legs and he can convert a third down and long? Yeah. Jared can do that. and he's actually gotten a little bit faster, a little bit quicker. I saw that in an open, not an open scrimmage, but a closed scrimmage. I saw that a few weeks ago. I saw Jared take off, and I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, he's a little bit quicker, a little bit faster, but he's not Josh Dobbs. Josh Dobbs can take it 80 yards. He can take it 60, 70 yards, make guys miss, can break tackles. Jared's not Josh Dobbs. So if you don't let the dual threat label make you think that Jared's going to do what Josh Dobbs did running the football, because he's not. But he can pick up a first down with his legs if he needs to. I think Aaron Rodgers is dual threat. That doesn't mean he's Lamar Jackson. That just means that he can beat you with his legs. That's a threat. If he can do something that can beat you, that is considered a threat. So we got to make sure that we properly define what dual threat quarterback really means. Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue.
For what is coming up on the Swain Event.
There is a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms today, partly sunny with a high of 87 and a low of 69. There is a slight chance of rain tomorrow, mostly cloudy with a high near 85 and a low around 68. Look for more rain on Sunday with a high in the mid-80s. Weather on the Swain Event is brought to you by Be Dry. If your basement is wet or cracked, Be Dry can help. BeDry.com. Be Dry is celebrating 60 years of protecting homes across the U.S. They are the basement and crawl space experts. There has been historic rainfall in East Tennessee recently. If you are experiencing wet foundation walls, puddles on your floor, or water where your floor and wall meet, then you should call Be Dry. They have over 500,000 customers nationwide. Be Dry gives free estimates for all homeowners. Financing is available, and if you mention the Swain Event, Be Dry will give you $500 off a full perimeter basement waterproofing solution. Wet basement? Better call Be Dry, 865-588-0454 or online at BeDry.com.
We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today.
Hey, Mr. Mac, you heard the lowdown? Nah, homie, give me the word on what's going on. Tell him what it is, Big Will.
Mac, now the lowdown is no money down, only at the new Open Franklin Motors in Alcoa. No money down at the new Open Franklin Motors in Alcoa. Not $1,000 down, not $100 down, not even a nickel down. Low down, no down, only at the new Open Franklin Motors in Alcoa. 2 minutes from the airport, so fly on down to the new Open Franklin Motors next to Walmart, home of the original low down, no down payment. That is, why would you buy from anywhere else when you know we gonna get you done? Good credit, bad credit, slow credit, we will get you approved. So come on down to 911 Louisville Road, the new Open Franklin Motors next to Walmart, or call 865-980-8216. Turn down for what?
We all know that Vol Nation is all over the country. Traveling to games is a fun time for the entire family, but deciding where to stay can be a bit stressful. That's where the Big Orange Faithful at the Hampton Inn downtown come in. General Manager Stephen Lawrence and his team go over and beyond to make sure that you have the best stay in their brand new rooms. They have the cleanest rooms in the game, which include flat screen, microwave, and fridge. Not to mention breakfast is included in the room rate. Oh yeah, I almost forgot the best part. The Hampton Inn downtown is less than a mile from Neyland Stadium. While you're planning your game day trips, be sure to check out Hampton Inn online at hamptoninn.com and search Knoxville. Book Hampton Inn downtown today.
There are articles and news stories that you read about the things that people do.
And when you're reading those and you start to shake your head, you start to scratch your head a little bit. You get confused. You don't understand why. You start to ask questions. But really, there's only one question that matters. What is that question, you may ask?
For what?
Hour 2 is brought to you by Alumni Hall, alumnihall.com. Shop online 24/7 at alumnihall.com. It is for what time? Ben, what we got?
I'm giving the NFL a for what?
Oh, yes. Yes, they deserve it.
Who did the Raiders play last night? I can't remember.
The Packers.
Packers, thank you. The Raiders and the Packers played last night on the NFL Network. They were playing in Winnipeg. And they were playing on an 80-yard field. An 80-yard field. No kickoffs. That was the trade. 80-yard field, no kickoffs. What are you doing? This is supposed to be a game in which the Raiders and the Packers can evaluate the talent that is on the field, evaluate players so that they can determine the makeup of their team. But you are throwing wrenches at them, playing on an 80-yard field and no kickoffs. How does that help them?
They played on CFL field, and the CFL field, the field goals are in the front of the end zone. Mm-hmm. And so when they took out the field goals, it created a huge divot. And the divot was detrimental to the player's health. So they decided just to play 80 yards and take I guess, like basically move up the pylon a little bit, and it became an 80-yard field. They've messed up trying to go to Mexico last year. They've messed this up. NFL got way too much money. Just keep the game in the United States.
Didn't they mess up the Hall of Fame game within the last couple of years where it was too hot, or was that Mexico last year? I know they messed up the Hall of Fame game once. I just can't remember what the issue was. I thought the field was melting.
It was the field. It was field conditions. They've done a good job going to London, but they have not done a great job going to Mexico and to Canada. So you're not the NBA. You're the NFL. Stop trying to make it a global game. It's not.
And just another reason to get rid of the preseason. I'm so sick and tired of seeing all these great football players get hurt in meaningless preseason games.
You want to get rid of it?
I'm a fan of getting rid of it. I'd be okay with it, but at least cut it down to 1 or 2 games. Having 4 games, or the teams that played in the Hall of Fame game this year, having them play 5 preseason games, that is ridiculous.
You don't want to see Jakob Johnson make the team?
I mean, he can make the team
preseason
with a full month of practice and 2 games. It'd probably benefit Jakob Johnson.
You got to crack somebody else's head to get Bill Belichick's attention.
I get it, but it would benefit Jakob Johnson if he only had 2 games.
Oh, yeah. I'm okay with 1 or 2 games. 1 or 2 games is enough for me. How about Gerard Mayo calling defense out there for the Patriots? It's a DC for the Patriots. Swain event, hour 3, around the corner.
Hour 3 of the Swain event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
While the players are gearing up for the gridiron, it's time for you to get geared up at Alumni Hall. Find the best selection of Nike, Nike Golf, Peter Millar, and all those retro logos you love. And the 2 for $28 t-shirt deal? Game changer. And don't forget about the rest of your game day crew. There are plenty of options for the entire family and to upgrade that tailgate. Shop now at one of their 6 convenient locations in Tennessee or 24/7 at alumnihall.com. It's football time in Tennessee.
In debt? In too deep? Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union says, stop treading water and get out of the deep end. If you've got debt, make a splash and come get some cash. If Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union can refinance your car, boat, camper, motorcycle, credit cards, personal or home loan, they'll pay you up to $500. So come take the plunge right now. Refinance your loans. Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union will pay you. 5 convenient locations. Visit atfcu.com. Equal housing lender.
You're listening to the Swain event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com.
Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Hour 2 was brought to you by Alumni Hall, alumnihall.com, your headquarters for everything orange and white. And we are now in Hour 3 on a Friday. Hour 3 is powered by Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Let's go to the B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Let's bring in Foxval. Foxval, good morning.
Hey, what's going on, gentlemen?
What's up? What's up, man? How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I haven't called in a while. I just haven't had much to say, but I've been listening to the show. I like
thank you
all the changes, all the good stuff you guys are doing. So just keep it up, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
I had a couple of things. First thing, Ben, man, you have this awesome opportunity to adopt one of the most epic names in history, Ben Hur. Ben Hur. You get it, like, because you're going for the Hurricanes, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. Just call yourself Ben Hur. You're all set.
But I like Hurricane. What about Hurricane Ben, though? Because, hurricanes all have a name, so why can't I just be Hurricane Ben?
I like that, too. I didn't think about that. I like that.
Swain is Swain, and then Hurricane Ben. Go Canes, baby.
Yeah. Swain, I know you get a practice, and you obviously get more opportunity to see the team than the rest of us do. How do you feel like some of the newcomers on the defensive line are doing, like Savion Williams, and I know Karat Garland just got back. Just wanted to kind of pick your brain about that and see how you feel like they're progressing. And I'll hang up and listen, and guys, I really appreciate it. Take care.
Peru's working with Savion Williams and Elijah Simmons because he understands how important they are and how they got to step up and kind of take the place of Emmy Good and tearing his ACL. I haven't honestly heard a lot about Karat Garland, kind of stepping up and
see what had happened was. So what day was he back at practice? My days are all jumbled together. Let's see. Man. Thursday. Yesterday was Thursday. Wednesday. So Tuesday, dear Jeremy. Yeah. See, what had happened was, I'm surprised this has not been talked about more, to be honest with you. Tuesday, he was back out there, just randomly back out there. And then Jeremy Pruitt met with the media following practice. And Pruitt said that he had decided to remove himself from the transfer portal that he entered July 28th, I believe it was, a couple of days before fall camp. Decided to remove himself from the portal. He was going to stick it out, and Pruitt was so excited about it. And, yeah, Garland's back. He has a lot of upside. So that was Tuesday. He was at practice. And then Wednesday, Karat Garland is nowhere to be found.
Huh.
And then I didn't get past the linebacker group yesterday because we only got to see 1 minute and 27 seconds of practice yesterday. So I did not see whether he was at practice yesterday. So I don't know what has happened to Karat Garland. He was back, and then I didn't see him, so who knows? He's probably back in the portal. He's up in space in the portal somewhere probably.
Or maybe he just had to use the bathroom. Maybe he really had to use the bathroom.
While we were out there, and that's why he wasn't there?
Yeah, man. That's probably what happened. He had the bubble guts. He had to go inside for a second.
I mean, we did see him walk inside. So
did he walk with a sense of urgency?
Nah.
I don't know, man. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't know what's going on there. We'll see what happens.
I'm not honestly. I don't care. Is it bad that I don't care? I wasn't even before he entered I don't care, honestly.
You do.
And here's why. Because
yes, you do.
Before, it's nice to have an extra body, but
that's why you care.
But he's not even in the 3 deep right now.
It don't matter. The season's not right now. The season is a process. The season is a marathon. The season is 3 months.
It is week 0. The season is here, Swaino.
Yeah, but you don't play the season in 1 week.
I know.
The season hopefully is going to last all the way to the first week of December.
The reason I say that I don't care is because I had not really even before he entered the transfer portal, I did not anticipate hearing about Karat Garland this year. It hurts long term, and like you say, the season is very long. It could hurt down the road, but I was not anticipating him being a factor going into fall camp before he entered the transfer portal, which is why it hasn't really affected me one way or the other, I guess.
You're just saying that. This is why. This is why I think you're just saying that. I think it's human nature when something detrimental happens to downplay the effect to make yourself feel better. Okay? Emmett Gooden went out. Garland comes back for a little bit, I guess. I don't know where he went. Maybe he went to the bathroom. All right? But he is important. Am I going to sit here and say that he's as important as Jerry Garantano? No. But when you have a starter out due to injury, everyone has to pitch in. Everyone has to do a little bit. We'll give you an example. 2006, man. Robert Ayers wasn't Turk McBride. He wasn't Justin Harrell was a first-round pick. He wasn't, Robert Meacham a first-round pick. He wasn't one of the top 10 or 15 dudes on that football team. But he made one play that changed some things in the first game of the season when he went down and hit a dude on kickoff. 2006, same season, Air Force game. Xavier Mitchell, he wasn't going to be a big-time player on the defensive line for us going into that season, but he became just one of the guys, a part of the puzzle, and on a 4th down against Air Force, with the game on the line, he made a play. Karat Garland could be that guy who makes that one play in a game. You just never know, man. We had a walk-on make a couple plays at defensive tackle against Georgia Tech in 2017. So it's going to take everyone, now that Emmett Gooden is out, it's going to take everyone to do a little bit more. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh. It's going to take him to do a little bit more. So yesterday at the end of the show, sorry to change the subject, but it's Friday. Yesterday at the end of the show, I was looking for a photo, a tweet that I had received from a young lady who threw a great joke Ben's way. It was hilarious. And she said that Ben looked like a young Shelton. Young Sheldon. And I was like, man, you know what, Ben? You look just like this dude, man. I wonder what you look like when you was in 2nd and 3rd grade. So I guess during the break you asked your mom for a photo of yourself in 3rd grade. And while we were talking, your mom sent this photo, and it hit your computer because you have your messages on your Apple. Dude. You don't look like a young Shelton.
I don't?
No. Not really. Oh, man, that's great. I love the little kid photos. Let me keep it moving before I laugh and hurt myself this morning. Might get a cramp.
Should I tweet one of these photos out?
I don't think you should.
Are you calling me an ugly 3rd grader?
Let me see the photo again.
My mama loved me. That's all that matters.
I ain't calling you ugly.
I just had
I ain't gonna call you cute either.
I had a buzz cut. Not a buzz cut, a flat top.
I got a
short flat top.
I gotta come up with the right word so I don't hurt your feelings.
I had buck teeth, look like Bugs Bunny, and a flat top.
Okay.
Spiked hair.
All right, it's making it easier for me to throw this shade then since you're doing it.
Let me see your third grade photo.
I don't know where mine is. I got to look for it. I got some somewhere. I'll show you. I don't care. All right, we got to take a break, man. I got to get back on track. You threw me off, man. You threw me off. Foxball had a real question. Here we are.
We answered it.
Joking around about your third grade picture. Dustin says, Hurricane Ben has just been downgraded to a tropical storm.
Why do I have to be the butt of all jokes?
Dude, there's nothing better than being able to make fun of yourself. I
know. I don't care.
I get crap all the time from TC, who said, I'm not Hollywood, I'm more like Dollywood. # Bammer.
No, I don't care. I read, if you saw me laughing at the beginning of the segment, it's because I read that message. I started laughing out loud when I saw Dustin's message. That's hilarious.
I gotta analyze this photo, man.
Instead of Hurricane Ben, I'm Tropical Storm Ben.
I gotta analyze this photo, man.
No, you think I'm ugly. I'm not letting you see it.
I didn't say that. I didn't say you was ugly.
You didn't have to say it.
I'm not gonna call another man on here cute.
I'm not a man in that photo. I'm a kid.
I'm not about to call a little boy cute either. That's even more weird.
I've heard you do it before.
Nah, man. No, you did not. That's a lie. Don't even try that. I'm not gonna call another young kid cute. Nah, man.
I believe
not on the show.
I believe you said handsome.
Handsome is different. Handsome is different. Phrasing is everything. Hour 3. Be right back.
Hour 3 of the Swain event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Hey y'all, check it out. Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue has a brand new happy hour special right now that you don't want to miss. Get $2 off of their fantastic barbecue appetizer from 2 to 4 p.m. That's queso loaded with your choice of pork, chicken, or brisket and served with Frito scoops. And for the rest of the month, check out their new Pig and Peaches salad for $11. This thing is loaded with salad mix, grape tomatoes, fire-roasted peaches, pickled red onions, pork belly burnt-ends, goat cheese, and topped with a delicious balsamic vinaigrette. Dead End Barbecue. The barbecue surge is over.
Soreness, bumps, and bruises are a part of everyday life, whether you're a vol or not. Surgery can be too, even for weekend warriors. Something that can get you back to feeling your best is therapeutic massage. If you've had surgery or are feeling the wear and tear of life, give our friends at In Touch Massage Knoxville a visit. They have a hand-picked staff and offer a clinical focus for folks going through joint replacement and cancer treatment. They serve neurological patients like those being treated for MS, ALS, and Parkinson's. Their staff even includes a lymphedema specialist. Plus, they offer a great relaxation massage. Don't ignore your pain any longer. Let the therapists from In Touch Massage Knoxville help. Located just west of downtown Knoxville at 601 South Concord Street, or find them online at intouchmassagenknoxville.com and on the phone at 865-236-1425.
Due to a special purchase, Beatty Chevrolet has over 100 pre-owned crossovers and SUVs at tremendous savings during the $1 Million Markdown event. 100 crossovers and SUVs from Chevrolet, Ford, Nissan, Volkswagen, Toyota, Honda, Mazda, and more. All makes and models starting at $89.95. And we'll buy your vehicle on the spot. Plus, get the Beatty warranty for life during the $1 Million Markdown. Only at Beatty Chevrolet in Knoxville or shop BeattyChevrolet.com. Sale prices plus tax, title, and license.
Do you want a custom-themed tumbler or bottle to show off your team spirit every day of the week? Then look no further than Game Time Sidekicks. All of their bottles and tumblers are double-walled, vacuum-insulated stainless steel, and their quality is second to none in the tumbler market. New this year are their stemless 12-ounce tumblers, perfect for repping your team while enjoying your favorite wine. They also have new 3-in-1 jackets to use as a koozie for a can or bottle, or you can pop a lid on it and use it as a 12-ounce tumbler or coffee cup. Be sure to check out everything Game Time Sidekicks has to offer at GameTimeSidekicks.com. Game Time Sidekicks, helping fans show your colors and carry your team with unique gear you will actually use.
We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost that it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today. JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook.
Oh, man. Do you want to have the best morning? Do you want to laugh all the way to lunch? Let Ben show you his third grade photo.
With your reaction, it is not happening.
Hey, I was trying to put my finger on who you look like. And during the break, I shared it with Ben. He was like, no, I don't. No, I don't. I said, Ben, look at it.
Well, I thought you were talking about, so I don't mind sharing. I don't care.
Oh, hold on.
I don't mind joking on myself.
Hold on.
Or you can say it, whatever.
Hold on. You today, you do not look like this person.
Correct.
You today, you do look like young Sheldon. But you as a third grader, you look like someone else.
You can say it. I don't care. I truly don't care. You can say it.
You hold my hand?
No, I'm good.
It's okay, man. You can hold my hand while I say this.
I'm good.
It ain't gonna hurt. Remember how you used to get a shot back in the day? And your mama would hold your hand while you're getting a shot? Hey, I can hold your hand while I say this.
I don't care.
Golly, this is gonna hurt me more than hurt you, Ben. Your third grade photo, you look exactly like.
Not exactly. The haircut looks the same. Is why it looks the same.
Okay. I'll take exactly out. You look like. Your photo then looks like Butch Jones now.
Because of the haircut. Because I had a flat top.
Hey, man, I'm just.
Lived on an army base, had a flat top. But, and see, I misunderstood you when I said, no, I don't. Because I thought you were saying, like, young Ben looks like young Butch Jones.
No. I don't know what young Butch Jones look like.
Do I need to pull up that band photo?
No, you definitely don't look like him. No, you definitely don't look like that. But, yeah, young
we had the same haircut.
Yeah, young you looks like Butch Jones today.
Unfortunately.
And Ben today looks like young Sheldon.
Yep. And Steph Curry.
No, man. No. You got to stop that.
Look, I'm not the one that started it. I used to work at a popular sporting goods store for 4 years, and I had multiple people, customers, walk up to me and say, you look like Steph Curry.
They just wanted a discount, Ben.
I was at a popular spot on the strip, and somebody came up to me and said, you look like Steph Curry.
I did not start that. A homeless person wanting some money.
It was a girl. It was no homeless person.
She was homeless. Ben, don't let these people sweet talk you. The person at the sporting goods store, all they wanted is your 30% off. And the person on the strip, they just wanted your leftovers. That's all they wanted, man. They just being nice to you.
Yeah, but I had a flat top as a kid because we lived on an army base. And my mom can attest to this. I think at first I was cool with the flat top, but I reached a point, I had a flat top, probably from kindergarten to 5th, 6th grade. My dad wanted me to have a flat top all the time. And I was cool with it at first, but we got to about 5th grade, and I put up a fight. I hated the flat top. I was tired of the flat top.
Enough, Mom. Enough is enough.
Let me grow out it was actually more my dad. Let me grow out my hair. Let me grow out my hair. And look, it's funny because I look back on it, and I wish my parents would have not let me grow out my hair. You should see my middle school photos. 8th grade me with my hair grown out. Oh, boy, talk about ugly.
I got to find my pictures, man, so I can make fun of myself, too.
That's why it looks like Bush Jones, because of the flat top. We lived on an Army base. The Army knows, or the military, Army base, Navy base, whatever, they know 2 hairstyles. The fade, the buzz cut, or the flat top. That's the only 2 haircuts that military barbers know. The flat top and the high fade.
Before we go to the phones, I got one question.
And they don't know how to line your hair properly either.
No, you ain't gonna get no real line. You got to go to a real barbershop for that.
Correct. And I didn't want a line either.
You better go over here to Gams if you want if you want a line. Listen.
The best lines are in the hood.
Listen. This is a very important question before I get to the phone. Are you going to release this photo?
No, not after you compare me to Bush Jones. I was going to until you did that.
Well, people need to know if I'm lying or not, man.
Because
my
now
credibility's in the air, Ben. My credibility. I got to prove myself. Sometimes people think that what I say is fake news, man. I got to prove myself, Ben. Don't let the people down.
Well, you let the people down when you wanted to compare me to Bush Jones. Look, this is going to take off like Baby Shirt Burst. Volstorm's going to call in here in a minute and have some joke.
If you release this photo,
I'm not releasing
it. May go viral like Chris Walker's video trying to walk in Popeyes.
That had 1 million views. This ain't doing that type of viral.
Yeah, I promise you it will. This one, it would get that many views. All right, let's go to the phone.
We got Devontae.
Devontae, good morning.
Good morning, fellas, man. Y'all got me riding around just laughing, man. People looking at me crazy.
Hey, wait till you see this photo.
Yeah, you ain't gonna see it.
You need the picture, man. You need the picture.
No.
Release it. Release the photos.
I seen the young Sheldon yesterday, and I died laughing. So we need to Ben Johnson.
Oh, man. Ben today looks like young Sheldon. Ben from 3rd grade looks like Bush Jones today. It's
when you said Bush Jones, I died laughing. I kind of swerved a little bit.
It's the truth, man.
Stay in your lane, Devontae.
It's the truth.
But I got my question because when me and Ben was talking earlier, man, me and Ben had an intervention, a heart-to-heart, man. He know a couple of places where I'm from. So I got a question for you, Swain.
Okay.
All right, what your exact years of playing ball football were what?
My exact years was 03 to 06.
Oh, that's cool. So, okay, do you know Antonio Gaines or Jonathan Pope?
Come on, man. John Pope is like a brother to me. Yeah, absolutely. And then Antonio Gaines, we came in the same year together. Oh, that's West Tennessee all day. Come on, man.
Yeah,
what question
man,
is that?
And I'm my guys, man. I know those guys.
Yeah,
that's
man. That's family right there. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the reason they bought some Tennessee and made everybody in my school love Tennessee a little bit more, man.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, those some good guys, man. Your phone's kind of going in and out on me a little bit. But, yeah, I know those guys, man. They're great dudes, great Vols.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. That is crazy. Okay, is it still popping?
No, you good now.
Okay, yeah, because I had on Bluetooth.
Oh, yeah. Bluetooth is
well, I forgot what I want to talk about, but hey, did y'all boys get to see Eric Gilbert and BJ and Harrison last night?
Yeah.
I kind of watched it on this link, man. Them boys balled out.
I saw Eric Gilbert catch that fade with his pinky finger.
Man, I was watching it live, and I was like, because before that play, it looked like they ran the same exact play, and Harrison didn't look his way. He went to the other receiver. They came back out in the same formation, same play, and threw it right over the top, money ball in the right corner. I said, that boy's a real gunslinger, baby.
Yeah, Marietta should have fun this year. They should have a lot of fun. You know, Derek Tinsley, former Vol running back / wide receiver, is on that coaching staff there at Marietta. So I know he had a good time yesterday.
Yeah, them boys look good, man. That's probably That's probably one of the best high school teams I done watched in a minute. Like actually sitting down and watching them. I don't know what Rome, what place Rome is right now. I know they was good last year, but woo, they gave Rome everything they could ask for last night, man.
Yeah. Some ballers on that Marietta team, man. Hey, man, I hope you have a great weekend. I really, really appreciate the phone call, man. Good stuff.
Good stuff, man. Y'all enjoy y'all day, man.
Thank you. Ooh, boy. I ain't laughed like that in a long time.
I'm glad I could provide it for you.
I'm gonna find some of my photos, man. I got some around here somewhere. I ain't gonna let you be by yourself, Ben.
Yes, you will.
No, you won't. We all got young photos we can make fun of. Yeah, I got some young photos. I got you. I think I got one where I'm in cowboy boots.
Cowboy.
Yeah, dude. I got some cowboy boots on back in the day, dude. Hey, swag. I had that swag before Lil Nas X in cowboy boots and jeans.
Golly, Lil Nas X.
Yeah.
Well,
I was doing Old Town Road back in the 80s.
Well, that means people will try to discredit you.
Yeah.
They're not counted as country.
Yeah, hey, I used to rock jeans and cowboy boots before Lil Nas X got with old Billy Ray Cyrus. That's right. He stole my style. Yeah, I got some photos around here somewhere, man. I won't let you think by yourself, Ben.
Yes, you will. I know you. Yes, you will. What are you talking about?
Text box. Let me get to the text box.
I can't stop laughing.
Let's see here. Text box. Okay. Oh. Where is it? Someone asked us, why are we mentioning... Oh, there it is. P. Cola Joe. You guys mentioned Raheem Jarrett a lot, but he's committed to LSU. Can you say why he's brought up during recruiting conversation? Because I don't think he's going to LSU, and because I think Tennessee has a really, really good shot at getting him. And I think it's between Tennessee and Maryland. So that's why. I know that he's a game-breaking type of talent, and we have a good shot at getting him. And I think we've only improved our chances with adding in the last, 3 or 4 days, we've added 2 members of his high school, guys from his area to Tennessee family, and I think we've just only improved our chances. So yeah, there's a reason why I mentioned him. You listen to me enough, you know I'm not gonna just say stuff to say stuff. There's always kind of a method. So yeah, I mentioned him because we have a good shot with him. He's a good player. You gonna release that picture though?
No, it's your fault. I was going to until you wanted to compare me to Butch.
Oh man,
everybody can blame Swain.
So I guess I gotta get the picture myself. I gotta go find it. I gotta go get it.
My mother said that
I gotta go get it.
She won't send it to you because she texted me and said, "I do not give permission to release."
Oh man. Oh man.
Look at my mama watching out for her baby. Doesn't want her baby to be made fun of.
What about sister? You think sister's on your side?
Sister can't get those photos. I guess she is going home this weekend, so she could take a photo of the photo.
How about grandma? Me and grandma was dancing together at the wedding. Now
I called grandma yesterday.
Me and
she
grandma
didn't
tight. Me and grandma was dancing together at the wedding. We on the same page. Maybe she'll hook me up with some photos. Oh man, 865-255-03B Drive Bar Approval Hotline. DR Vol says I rock the flat top too, Ben. It's no shame.
I'll tell you what, if DR Vol lets me see his flat top, I'll let him see my flat top. I want to see if he looks like Butch too, because I wonder if like every little kid that has a flat top, because Butch has a baby face, so I wonder if like everybody who had a flat top as a kid looks like Butch.
So you just said if DR Vol shows you his picture of him rocking a flat top, then you will release yours?
No, I said I'll show DR Vol what I look like.
So DR Vol, when you show DR Vol, he can just release it.
He could, but
all right, DR Vol, let's go. It's on you, DR Vol. You gotta come through.
We'll see if he honors bro code.
DR Vol, call your grandma, call your mama, get that photo, and so that way the world can see Ben as a young Ben as a Butch Jones, man. We need to make this happen. Fanatic Vol says, sorry if you've already answered this, but does adding Hill the transfer from Maryland can seem Hill. Does it hurt us with Bailey, or is it the same as adding King? Haynes King. I don't think it should hurt, but you just never know what these young recruits may think or may feel. I think if you are Tennessee, you have the same message to Harrison Bailey. Hey, the numbers say we need more than just one quarterback entering our program. We only have 3 right now, and you need more. You have to prepare yourself for a transfer. Don't know what's going to happen with Brown Maurer or JT Stroud. You don't know. Not saying that I've heard that they're going to transfer or anything, but you just look around the country, quarterbacks transfer. So you have to prepare yourself for that. I think that's the conversation you have with Harrison Bailey, and there's no reason why Harrison Bailey should be bothered about that. You come in, you compete. You're going to compete anywhere you go because you play quarterback. It's something you better get used to now. So no, I think we're good. DR Vol says I'll find it this weekend and send it. Deal. Talking about the photo. I was thinking more like in the next 10 minutes. I mean, this weekend, DR Vol, you're not organized enough where you can just go and get the photo?
No, he's too worried being a bully.
I mean, I'm actually doing a live show, so I technically can't go pull up the photo right now of myself. But DR Vol, like, what?
If you got time to go smoke a brisket during break, you've got time to go find your old photos.
Dude, I started the brisket at 5:30 this morning.
So, and your point is?
I didn't know we were going to talk about young photos, or I would have prepared myself. But no, the brisket has been smoking since 5:30. So that's not a good reason. You ain't right, Volin Birmingham. I'm not saying that. 865-255-03. Who's on the hotline?
You know who's on the hotline. Why are you asking me?
Is that Volstorm?
Yes.
Yeah, Volstorm, good morning.
Swain, I need your personal guarantee because I've already been threatened by Ben over there to cut me off if I mention anything about Butch.
I'm hanging up on you. I'm letting you know now.
Are you either?
If you compare me
got you in the crosshairs now, boy.
I don't care. If you compare me to Butch Jones, you're getting hung up on. I dare you to try me. I dare you. It will happen.
Back.
I won't
I don't
answer.
care. I'll call back.
I won't answer.
Yeah, you will, because you won't know who it is.
Well, I'll answer. I'll hear it's you, and then I'll hang up.
Guys, we heard anything on Aubrey Solomon yet?
Not yet. Not yet, man. Nothing on Aubrey Solomon.
Free Aubrey and free the photos.
I agree, man. Release the photos.
I deleted them off my phone.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
That's all right. We can, I'm sure we can influence Mama McKee.
She said she's riding with her son.
She's on my side.
She's on her son's side.
Volstone, what kind of a haircut did you have growing up? I picture your parents putting a bowl on top of your head and just cutting around it, having a bowl cut.
No, even when I was in ROTC, I didn't have a buzz cut.
Oh man, I had hair, man. I had like a real haircut back in the day, and it was terrible.
I wish I could pull off the flat top now. Now I'm losing my hair.
I got some photos right over here. I'll see if I can grab some, Ben. Make you feel better.
Swain stresses me out so much every day. I'm starting to lose my hair.
Call it bald spot McKee.
It's not completely bald yet, Volstorm. You got to give it about another month or so, then it'll be there. Between Swain and Tennessee football, I'm losing. They're the reason I'm losing my hair.
Don't worry, Ben will be like Jeff Van Gundy soon.
No, I won't. I've already said I'm going bald before I look like Jeff Van Gundy.
No, he needs to rock the bullet.
I'm going to go from looking like Butch, the Coach Fulmer, have the cul-de-sac.
You need to, man. You need to rock Mr. Burns from Simpsons. You can do it.
I told my wife this week, I said, when it comes time for me to shave my head because I have lost my hair, I'm going to be jacked up. My muscles are going to be popping everywhere, and I'm going to have a full-length beard.
Yeah, she might need
to compensate.
When you go bald, she might need to review those vows again by herself.
With the way I'm going to be looking, she won't want to.
Oh yeah, right.
He gonna be cutting his hair off and then super glued it to his face.
Oh, look at this! Look, I've got somebody backing me up on the text box. Volstorm, you will appreciate this message.
All right.
Volstorm wants to compare Ben to Butch, but his loud mouth is just like Butch's stupid voice.
Ooh, who was that on the text box?
Butch Storm.
That hurts so deeply.
That did.
Let me just tell you how that's going to affect my day.
All right, Butch Storm.
I don't care.
All right, Volstorm. I think we gotta.
Okay, Butch McKee.
We gotta turn this show into a professional sports radio show here
All right.
Do you have a legitimate question, sir?
Yeah, I actually did have a point.
No, Aubrey Solomon is not free yet, Volstorm.
I know that. I told you I would begin every call with that until we find out. No, but the transfer quarterback that we're getting in from Maryville or Maryland.
Maryland.
Y'all done got me messed up this morning.
It's Friday.
You know the reason they're bringing him in is because they know Strout and Maurer suck.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Do you think that's the reason why Volstorm?
Yes, I do.
It might be. I truly don't know.
Sucked may be too strong of a word to use, but
next year you'll have Harrison Bailey, and then you would have the two of them.
I just think,
and they ain't getting it done. You know it, and I know it.
I just think you have to prepare yourself for the worst. That's all. That's whether or not they feel confident in the quarterbacks. I think we should add a quarterback regardless, because you never know who's going to get hurt. You just don't know, and you don't know who's going to transfer.
Yeah. I could see one or both of those guys transferring.
I'll be surprised if both. I can see one.
It'll probably be Shroud.
Well, we'll see, man. It happens. Let's not act like it doesn't happen, and it doesn't mean that he's not good. It just means that it's one spot. It's one spot available. It happens across the country. Jalen Hurts had to transfer. Jalen Hurts had to transfer. Justin Fields had to transfer. There's a lot of good quarterbacks that had to transfer. Jacob Eason. So, Austin Kendall had to transfer. So it doesn't mean that you're not good. It just means that it's only one spot, and you may need to go find a better fit. It happens, Volstorm.
Guys, I've had a great time on here with old time Swain and baby Butch.
He was thinking about it, man. I knew he was going there. Who we got next?
Triple O.
Good morning.
Oh, man. Volstorm, calm down, dude. It's Friday. I mean, it's Friday, bro.
No, you got to turn up, Triple O. You was over here on 10 on a Tuesday or Wednesday.
Whatever day it was.
Yeah.
I mean,
who are you to tell somebody to calm down, Triple O? You got some damn nerve.
Hey, look here. I was being sarcastic with that comment.
I bet
Because you know me, I'm 1 to 10. Hell, I'm a 15.
Yeah.
I ain't on 10. I'm a 15.
Yeah,
I'm a big man.
You need some warm milk right now. You need to relax.
I need more than some warm milk, man. I need a bottle of Jack. I mean, calm me down. Whew. I mean, a whole bottle, too. I ain't talking about no 4 for 30 or half. I need a whole thing to calm down.
I bet.
Man, I'm
you
sitting
doing
there
those Mormons
thinking,
a couple days ago.
Man, hey, look here. I'm still mad at him. I'm still mad.
I'm going to tell them all where you live. Let them knock on your door early Saturday morning.
Man, I wish they would.
I can't wait. They come knock on your door at 5:30 in the morning tomorrow. I'm going to tell them where you live.
Yeah, please do.
They're going to park all 57 bikes right in your front yard, knock on your door.
But like this, you better not have that. You better not have that 80% Bible bringing to my house. You better took a loan.
I can't stop laughing.
Oh man.
No, man. But I'm sitting there. I don't know what to think tonight because, last night started high school football. Tonight I actually can see the remnants of my team play on national TV for a change. Don't have to worry about watching it on my phone.
Don't be talking about the Lions today. Please don't. Don't talk about the Lions.
I said I can see my team. I ain't saying nothing about them.
We know we know your team, the Lions. Stop. You ruining the laughter on the show.
Hey, put it like this. You know what ruins the laughter on the show?
What?
Talk about them Mormons, man. I mean, that ruined the fun, man. I mean, that's a killjoy. I see them come up. I see them on bikes, man. I go the other way. I'll go opposite way. I see bikes, I'm running the other way. I see a suit and tie by little white dudes with crew cuts, like they in ROTC. I'm going the other way.
Oh man.
I mean, put it like this. Okay, put it like this. People worse than Jehovah's Witnesses come to your house, Mormons. That's it.
Triple O, you do realize we played Georgia State first, right?
Georgia, I mean, put it like this. If we ain't beating them by 28, they better put the sticks down by halftime on Georgia State.
They won 2 games last year.
That's what I'm saying. You better put the sticks down by halftime, man. Matter of fact, my cousins in Georgia went, half of them went to Georgia State, the other half went to, Georgia or Georgia Tech. But half my family graduated from Georgia State, man. That place is huge.
Hey,
people don't realize that. That cost is huge.
Triple O, the best thing about college football, we get college football. You get great games and the pageantry and the tailgating and all that good stuff. But one of the best things for me about college football is to listen to head coaches in their press conference try to convince their team and fans to take a team like Georgia State serious. Like, man, it's the best. It's the best.
Man, they got the best running back we've seen since Alabama. I mean, they got the best wide receiver since Calvin Johnson.
No, y'all had the best receiver since Calvin Johnson. You actually had Calvin Johnson. Y'all ran him off.
And wasted him.
Talking about waste. Let's talk about Antonio Brown tripping over a helmet. I bet you being every day, you'd be like, thank you, Lord. Thank you. I don't have to deal with this drama no more.
You have no idea, Triple O. I thank the good Lord every day, every morning. Every morning I pray when I'm driving over to the studio, and I thank him that he is no longer a Pittsburgh Steeler. And I've got Juju Smith-Schuster, the best wide receiver in the league.
You best in that division, maybe.
Yeah, best.
He ain't the best in the division. That's OBJ.
I forgot Beckham been over there now, man. You second best. I mean, number 2, but number 1, I don't know about that, bro.
Best on the team.
Yeah, I mean, you also got, when he's healthy, A.J. Green, even though he's in the twilight. A.J. is a baller.
He plays for the sorry Bengals.
Well, you got to keep in mind, Calvin played for my Lions and went 0-16 and had 1,300 yards that year. And still went 0-16.
Triple O, I'm glad you called in because I forgot I had a point to make with you. I was listening to an NFL podcast yesterday, and it was actually Michael Lombardi. He said that he thinks the Lions had the best chance of winning the number 1 overall pick this year because of Stafford's back. He thinks if Stafford doesn't play, they're going to be terrible this year.
You know what Michael Lombardi can do for me? He can eat some grits without cheese or sugar or butter or anything in them. He can just eat some plain grit. He can kiss my grit.
I'm getting you off this phone. You get out of here, Triple O, before you say something that's going to get us in trouble. Get Triple O out of here, man. You out of here, Triple O. What's wrong with you? You lost your mind, Triple O. You going to get all of us in trouble. Look at that. The phone's ringing right now, man. That's the FCC right now talking about kissing some grits. What does that even mean? Huh? Triple O, what are you talking about? Oh, my gosh. Is this a sports show? What are we doing? What are we doing? This show is terrible today. Just terrible. This is unacceptable. Swain and Vin, be right back.
Hour 3 of the Swain event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling because you'll know that you're in love.
Tap water often contains harmful chemicals and additives. When you call for your free water test from Hiller, we'll show you exactly what's in your water and how to remove it. Enjoy cleaner, healthier water in your home. Visit happyhiller.com to schedule your free in-home appointment today.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
You're driving home, flashing blue lights in your rearview mirror. The next thing you know, you're being arrested for DUI. Be responsible, but remember, just because you're arrested doesn't mean you're guilty. Call DUI and criminal defense attorney Marcos Garza. Put this number in your phone right now, 865-540-8300, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. Don't say guilty, say Garza. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
The year's going by so fast. The good news is it's football season. The bad news is, well, there's a bunch of stuff you still need to do this year, like get a health checkup. I recommend Low T Center. You can get all of your levels checked with a $99 complete health assessment. Low T Center exclusively treats men, and they make it quick and easy. Plus, it's covered by most health insurance. Call 865-392-1388, or you can schedule your appointment online at lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Hey, Mr. Max, you heard the lowdown? Nah, homie, give me the word on what's going on. Tell him what it is, Big Will.
Mac, now the lowdown is no money down, only at the new Open Franklin Motors in Alcoa. No money down at the new Open Franklin Motors in Alcoa. Not $1,000 down, not $100 down, not even a nickel down. Low down, no down, only at the new Open Franklin Motors in Alcoa. 2 minutes from the airport, so fly on down to the new Open Franklin Motors next to Walmart, home of the original low down, no down payment. That is, why would you buy from anywhere else when you know we gonna get you done? Good credit, bad credit, slow credit, we will get you approved. So come on down to 911 Louisville Road, the new Open Franklin Motors next to Walmart, or call 865-980-8216. Turn down for what?
At work? Can't call in? Don't feel bad. You can talk to the guys on the text box. It's part of the free Swain Event app. Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Hour 3, powered by Low T Center and LowTCenter.com. I got a photo for you. It's the only year I play baseball. I'm going to tweet it out right now. But first, let's go to the phones. What we got? Let's get to Turkey Man. Turkey Man, good morning.
Barbershop Friday. Hey, man, what kind of butch hair stuff did you use to keep your hair up?
I had some little cream that I put in the front to spike my hair.
Did it come in a jar?
Yeah, no, not like
pink one?
not like a honey jar, but like a little can thing.
It was juices and berries.
It's stuff probably why I'm losing my hair.
I believe everybody back in the day had that little jar of stuff to make your hair stand up.
Mm-hmm.
It come with the haircut. I think.
I remember it was pink. It was like the stuff they used in the barbershop.
Yes. There's somebody out there knows what it was. I forgot. I've even forgot that. I think Bush made us all forget it.
Yeah.
Yep. I looked at it and I said, burn them pictures.
Yeah. I rocked the flat top as a kid. What haircut did you rock as a kid, or Turkey Man?
I had a flat top.
Oh, so you look. We need a Turkey Man baby picture is what we need now.
Yeah, we had a flat top. Yeah, we don't know little butches running around on the hill.
Whoa, Turkey Man, you a pastor? You can't be saying that. You a pastor, Turkey Man? You can't be saying that.
My mom said it was called crew cut. The little stuff that she thinks that it was called crew cut. The little cream that I use.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Well, anyhow. It'll be next Friday. We'll be so fired up. We won't understand. We'll be talking how great the long snapper is.
We're going to have to go off the radio.
No, we won't.
If it's going to be like this next Friday.
We ain't talking about no long snapper.
We got him on the long snapper.
Nope. This is a new year, Turkey, man. We're talking about touchdowns and interceptions and tackles. We're not talking about punts and long
It was
snapping.
already talking. This morning you started out talking about.
I'm tired of being sorry. I want to win.
You. I thought Rudy was going to be earning me.
I'm tired of being sorry, Turkey, man. All right, we got to run, Turkey, man.
All right, see you, buddy. Have
See
a good
you.
weekend.
I'm tired of shining a turd. I don't want to talk about the kicking game all the time. A little bit of the time, cool. Let's block a punt. Let's pin the team back at the 2-yard line or whatever while scoring other touchdowns. I'm tired of just talking about punting. I'm tired of being sorry.
I'm sick and tired of feeling sick and tired.
I am, man. So you think my baseball pitcher, I look like a young Andrew Jones?
No.
Dang, man, really?
I didn't get a good enough look. We were coming back from break.
I think
Did you
I
tweet it out?
I think I like a young Andrew Jones.
When are you going to drop it on the timeline? I'm still trying to figure out the math from Triple O's call. He said half my family went to Georgia, half my family went to Georgia State, and half my family went to Georgia Tech. I'm still stuck on trying to figure that math out.
A half 3 times? Huh.
I believe that's a third.
I would think that was a third, but maybe that's that Derek Dooley LSU math right there.
That's the math that Matt Patricia is using in the Lions offense this year.
Maybe that's that Butch Jones trying to kick a field goal. We should have went for 2 math. I don't know what kind of math that is right there.
Fourth goal on the 1-inch line and got Jalen Hurd.
I don't know what kind
kicking a field goal.
I don't know what kind of math that is right there. All right, I'm going to tweet it out. Here it is. Hope you feel better, Ben. Hope this helps you. You know what I'm doing to you, Ben?
I don't know.
I'm doing to you what Adam Sandler did in Happy Madison. Look, I pee on my pants too. Peeing your pants is cool. Come on, you ain't cool unless you pee in your pants. Come on, Ben, release that photo. I'm releasing a photo too. Come on, man. It's cool to pee in your pants.
I have so many Butch Jones band photos in my mentions right now. I'm blocking anybody who sends me a photo of Butch Jones band picture is getting blocked. Looking at you, Adam Gregory. Looking at you, D.R. Vol.
Oh, man. All right, let's get to the text box. Oh, boy. It's even worse. Overreacting Vol said, this show has been so bad.
Don't read the end of that.
I am not going to do it. Cashville Vol says, Ben is so full of it. He isn't glad them Steelers don't have AB anymore. He will hate it by midseason.
I promise you, I'm not full of it on Antonio Brown. I'm so glad he is gone. I hope he can catch 200 passes this year for 2,000 yards. It won't matter to me.
Yeah.
I'll ride with Choo-Choo.
Boys, this Friday, let's talk about the keys to Miami whooping some Gator ASS.
Offensive line, protecting the young quarterback. If I told Swain, well, I don't know if Swain heard me because he was running out to check the brisket on the smoker.
Nah,
but
wait. I was checking the temperature because if you're looking, you ain't cooking.
That's right. But I told Swain that if Miami's offensive line holds up against Florida's front seven, I will feel more confident about the Tennessee-Florida game because Miami's offensive line is in a similar situation to Tennessee's. And that would tell me that maybe Florida's front seven isn't as hyped up as what it usually is. And that would give me confidence for the Tennessee game.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point, looking at Miami's front against Florida's front. Maybe we feel confident about our game against Florida, maybe not. Miguel, this is a bad day to say this, but Miguel says, love what I'm hearing from you guys, a show with nothing but Tennessee news and talking about a few other teams in the SEC. Great show, fellas. Keep it up. That was way before the conversation about Ben's photo.
What time did he send that in? You just scrolled to the top.
It was 8:53.
Yes, right before we started. He was right until the top of the third hour struck.
Oh man. Goodness gracious. I'm embarrassed, man. This show has been pretty good recently, and today it has not lived up to the standard and the expectations that we have created here. I'm disappointed. Disappointed, Ben.
Here's a good question for you. Vols made Texas. He asked about the keys to Miami beating Florida. But what does Tennessee jump Florida in the next 2 years?
Oh, I think we can.
Do you think they will? Don't skate around it, sir.
What is it?
Will they?
What are we talking about? Jumping Florida?
Will Tennessee be? I'll make the definition. Will Tennessee be in a better position in 2 years to make it to Atlanta, make it to the playoffs in Florida?
Yes,
I agree. I think one reason the culture will be better.
Yes.
And you can't have a successful program without a good culture. And I question the culture at Florida right now.
Yes. I say yes. Yep. Hitting up the comments on Facebook Live. John Anderson says, release the photo. Sherry says, I think Ben does resemble Steph Curry. But post the pic so we can all have a good laugh. Joe says, any possibility that Kasim is brought in for a position change, wide receiver or tight end? I doubt it. I doubt it. But he does look pretty good for a quarterback, physically to be able to change positions, but I doubt it. I doubt it.
My mother responded to your photo that you put on Twitter, and she said that you and I look alike as a kid.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Just not the same skin color.
Sure, yeah, we look just alike. Just alike. Because I look like Steph Curry. Let's see what else here is on the text box before we wrap up today's show. Cashville Vol says, we blow past Florida within 2 years. W says no. I mean, 2 years is – we do understand 2 years is a half of a football team. There's 2 recruiting classes. I mean, that 2 years is a long time. So, yeah, I'm okay with saying that Tennessee could be and will be in front of Florida in 2 years. 2 years. Yeah, I'm okay with that. All right, let's go to the phones right quick.
Josh in Little Rock.
Josh in Little Rock. Got about 30 seconds. Josh, good morning.
Cool. Good morning. Couple quick questions for you, and I'll hop off of here. First off, I'm looking forward to how Jim Chaney's going to use Dominic Wood-Anderson. So if he has a great year, touchdown or turnover, do you see him being drafted in the first 3 rounds? And then secondly, super happy about getting the guy from Marietta on top of Harrison Bailey. What do you guys think the odds are going 3 for 3 getting Gilbert? I'll hang up and listen. Thanks, guys.
Man, who was the first player he mentioned to go in the first 3 rounds?
Dominic Wood-Anderson.
Oh, Dominic Wood-Anderson. It's a good year for tight ends this year. Gonna have 2 out of the SEC that's going to be drafted higher. I'll say no. First 3 rounds.
He would have to have, out of this world type of season. But if he can prove that he can consistently block and catch the ball at a high level, who knows? He's a big athletic guy.
Yeah, Michael Rivera was a 6th round pick.
Yeah, something around there.
I see Dominic Wood as a 4th to 5th round pick right now.
Mm-hmm.
I look at Pinckney and Albert O at Missouri, Pinckney at Vanderbilt. I see those guys are being more 1st, 2nd, 3rd round tight ends. That's just right now. That may change with the season, but. And then what was the other question?
Percentage chance of landing all 3 Marietta players.
We have a chance. I don't think it's high right now with Eric Gilbert, but it wasn't high with B.J. Ojolari about 6-8 months ago. So we had a better chance today than we did yesterday or last week. So us wanting him at wide receiver, it may make the difference. Swain Event, fueled by Daddy and Barbecue. That is our time for the week. For Ben McKee, I'm Jason Swain. Peace and love. We are out.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
There is a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms today.